Hello and welcome to the Computer Game Show. My name is David Turner. I am here with Sean Bell,
Hello.
Matt Murray.
Hello.
And guess what, guys? Wild twist in the world of TCGS. James Farley isn't here this week.
What?
But instead, we have got a like-for-like substitution with Jon Denton. John, you're back on the show. How's
Hello.
it feel?
Let's try and do a James impression.
Yeah, it's almost
It's good to be
impossible
here.
to do. You can't fake that level of I couldn't give a shit about being here, can you? Turns up 1 week in 4 and falls asleep during the pod. It is I still cannot get over that. But it's good to have you on, John. If anyone hasn't listened, but was only started listening in the last few years, John, you were an official member of this podcast at one point, weren't you?
How
You were
long-
Sean
how
Sean
long
Bell's
was it?
replacement.
Yeah. How long did I do it for? Can you remember? I think
6
I feel like it was
months.
6 months.
Six,
Yeah, I
7
feel like
months,
it was-
Yeah. It was like 6 months, and you were
Yeah.
like, "I don't need this in my life."
Couldn't hack it.
And we just we were like, "Yeah, I know, yeah, I get it." This is how we feel every day. But it was funny because I came down to your place a few weeks back, and we had a lovely old time watching an action film starring Andrew Dice Clay.
not my
Which you could
choice.
barely.
Of course.
No, it wasn't your choice. I think we all know whose choice it was. It wasn't very good. But you had a conversation with me and said, "When am I next coming on the pod?" And I said, "Fucking hell, it's been ages, hasn't it?" And you went, "No, I was on about 3 or 4 months ago." And I went,
I didn't say 3 or 4 months.
"No, you weren't. You weren't about. You weren't." You said, "Yes, I was. I've been. How long have you lived in your new place?"
Like 8 months? 6
Yeah.
months?
And then you said, "Well, I've definitely done one from this office before."
Hmm.
And then to find out that you were thinking about your appearance of Backpage Pod.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
I
come
apologised
on.
at the time.
That
think-
is
Yeah?
crazy.
I think I
I mean-
apologised at the time.
You'd hope that you'd remember the TCGS appearances more than the Backpage Pod ones, surely.
I tried to say to you before we started that I had a better memory than you. In a short amount of time, we've had a lot of evidence that I might be wrong.
Well, welcome back. How's things going? What's the deal with Jon Denton these days? What's going on in your world?
Mate, it's all right. Well, I speak to you every day, so I feel like it's a bit of a fake question.
I know
but they
it's
don't know that,
for
do
the-
they?
Yeah, no. it's
This
for the
whole show is
listeners,
just us having like a performative friendship, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
yeah. We half the time we're just reading our WhatsApp messages back out.
Yeah,
no one's noticed
everything's
yet.
fine. Like I said, I've been in this. I couldn't record with you guys for a long time for 2 reasons. One, I didn't want to, and 2, in the old house where I lived before. You thought this was an excuse, but it was actually I was doing it for you. Everything was in a conservatory. You remember? You know the room.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
recorded
I
for
know.
years in a conservatory, and I couldn't guarantee the weather, obviously, because we live in England. And if it rained, it would have ruined the whole show because it sounded like machine gun fire going off. Now
Sure,
I've
but that
moved,
was
I
never
have a
how
room
the
with a roof.
conversation went. That's not how the conversation went. John, can you record the podcast on Monday? I'm not sure there's a 40% chance of rain. That was how the conversation went. And
Yeah.
so that's why I was a bit. I know you explaining the conservatory situation now. You're right, but at the same time,
like a-
that was weird.
Sound like a
It
top
does-
guy, to be honest. Imagine if I hadn't said it and then it started raining and you'd be, oh, well, that's the stream ruined. Everyone's unsubbed. You know what I mean? I did it for you. I told you.
I remember sometimes when we were playing games together, and you'd have to mute your mic constantly because it's like,
Fucking horrendous. Yeah. 8 years
and
of that.
somehow you still had a better microphone than our friend Jay. It's wild. The
Yeah.
audio was still better, clearer. It was good to have you back even if it is just for this one time, and then you'll be off for another 3 years, I'm sure.
Oh, all right then.
Shall we?
I
Well,
won't,
let's
I
see.
won't- I
Let's
won't
see
put any
about
effort
the
into
perfor-
this one then. All
Let's
right.
see about the ball.
if you
Well,
do,
look, you are
you might
replacing
come
James. So it's the way to go. Go on, what was the punchline you were going for there, Matt? I want to
No,
hear
no,
yours.
I was just going to say, if you do well, you might come back in, I don't know, 18 months rather than 3 years.
Oh, I'm glad we stuck with mine. Patreon producers this month, they are Aaron Patrick, the QuickBooks chap, Simon Nelson, Moomin Biscuit, Trans Rights Are Human Rights, Dave Ernsberger, Colin Brown, Gasman, Rocketman76, Smooth Monkey, John Tempelli, Jackie Sniper, Sam Higton, Stan, Philip with an F, Cutty, Steve Lee, Jack Oven, Grey Dragon Claw, Colin the Car Wanker Smith, Lee Keybottom, My Dog Skip, Dean, Evil Mammal, Conky Donkers, Full Nels Conga, and Laser Quest. Thank you so much for going Full Nels. We really do appreciate it. It's a lovely list of people that we owe everything to. Not everything, but quite a bit.
A lot of things.
A lot of things. So thank you so much for supporting us over at patreon.com/TCGS. There's a bonus show coming out soon. We haven't got the dates in the diary, but you better believe it's going to happen. There will be a stream. More info to come. If you want to listen to any of our bonus shows, when you sign up to our Patreon, you get access to all the previous bonus shows too, dating way back to, the if you want to hear our reaction to when COVID happened, I'll tell you now, Matt's reaction to it was interesting. It's worth the subscription alone to patreon.com/TCGS. We've got to say up front, holy shit, the reaction to TCGS London, Saturday the 17th of October 2026. Tickets went on sale on Friday and honestly blew all our expectations away. Thank you so much. There is genuinely, and I'm not just saying this, a limited amount of tickets left. If you would like to join us at Phoenix in Cavendish Square on Saturday the 17th of October, then please go to tcgs.co. Tickets are available now. They are genuinely limited and could be sold out.
Technically they always were.
Yeah, I know, but what I mean
but
is
the
that
number's so much smaller now.
Yeah, I know. We've sold way more at this point than I thought we would, and I went from thinking, it'd be really nice if we sell out to going, we're probably going to sell this one out. I mean, we've got another just under 6 months to sell the rest of them, and there's not many left. So actually, I'll be fuming if it just stays at this level.
Yeah, that'd be heartbreaking.
Just be really frustrating. But no, thank you so much to everyone that's bought a ticket. We're really excited. We all myself, Sean, and Matt met up last night. Because we were at the Ian Lee's Imposter Syndrome in Manchester, and we spoke about what we wanted to do with a show. We've got a few ideas. We're really excited about it. And thanks to everyone that come to Ian Lee's Imposter Syndrome in Manchester. It was great meeting you all. It was a really good evening. I'm shattered. I got in at 3:30 last night, so I'm struggling today. I might fall asleep James Farley style. Should we get to feedback from last week's show?
Yes, we're going to start with Fungo Bungaloid. I enjoyed the secret message you hid in your recent episode titles. This is obviously us referring to the fact that we hid a tease for TCGS London in the last 4 episodes. I assume we were doing this the whole time. So I went back and extracted the first word of every episode. I've discovered the following messages. So
That's what I meant to say. You don't have to read. I've copied and pasted all the ones you included. You don't have to read them all out.
No. I'm not going to. But I did enjoy between episode 293 and 297. Did Gamer surprise Meaty Sean? ? Yeah,
yes.
We totally meant to do that. Also,
is that
193 to
30 to
196.
34 is you're the pro, Mighty James. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I like 316 to 319 was intense James egg punching. Good stuff.
Sounds like something to do.
Yep.
We should have done that from minute one. And meaning is unclear, but awaiting further confirmation. Well, you have to just keep an eye out for next episode titles and see if anything else comes about. Is what's going to happen there. Thomas Trivet, pedant. Dear Mr. Farley, an orca is not a fish. Best wishes from Thomas Trivet. Congratulations on the 10 years and 2 weeks, the real milestone, if you ask me.
What's the orca thing? I forget this.
This was the Ocarina of Time pun was mentioned last week as a potential vindication for James, but it's not really.
Right.
It's a pun on purpose. But yeah, James referred. I think I probably did as well. So I think I'm also guilty of this thing. Referred to an orca as a fish. It's not.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right. Well, I'm glad that's cleared up.
It just hangs out in the sea. Hangs out in the sea, so it's fish-like.
Yeah.
It's good as. It's fish adjacent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alex79. All right, lads. You quite finished, John?
Go on.
Yeah, okay, good. All right, lads. Amazon Luna service. I had a go at this a while back. It seemed to be that there are a small section of games available free to Prime members, but then there's a subscription on top to access the full range of the service. I linked my PlayStation controller to the TV via Bluetooth and had a go on Fallout New Vegas and some terrible Garfield karting game. It wasn't great. My TV is connected to the LAN and we have decent internet, but the picture quality was quite poor and there was a definite input lag that didn't render the games totally unplayable, but I can't think of a much worse way to play something. In summary, it's largely a big old waste of time. Cheers from Alex.
Okay. Well, thanks for doing the dirty work for us. I do want to play this Garfield karting game though. I'm obsessed with that guy on TikTok that reads Garfield comics but can't stop himself from laughing, like overly laughing at everything. I highly recommend it. Yes, I want to play a Garfield karting game. Don't you, Sean?
No.
Well, you wanted the Crossworlds transformed or whatever. You backed all those up. What about Garfield?
Oh, you like this one other game that's largely unrelated. So what? I've probably played the worst karting game ever created, the Ryan's World one. So I can't imagine that the Garfield one's any worse. Crazy Frog Racer 2.
Oh shit! The big sequel
back in the day. Yeah. The difficult second album. Wasn't good.
Was it not?
It's got to be better than the Ryan's World one. It has to be.
The Ryan's World is genuinely insulting. Like, yeah.
Can we see if any of these have 4-player multiplayer? Can we do one of these this week where we play?
I think the Ryan's World one's on Game Pass, isn't it?
Oh,
yeah,
God.
but I don't know if it's got an online play because that would have cost more than the £20 budget they had for that fucking game.
Well,
Plus,
sadly,
it's for
Garfield
kids, so-
Kart Furious Racing is PS4. It might be Xbox as well. Yes, Xbox as well. Maybe it's also on Game Pass. I'm not sure I really want to do like a stream where we play as a shit kart racers, but also I kind of want to do a stream where we play as some shit kart racers. So.
Okay.
Is tempting to do that. Sean Richards, James says he's gutted to have missed the big anniversary episodes of the podcast, but this is also the man that once moved his daughter's birthday to better suit his calendar. At this point, why not reschedule everything? Birthdays, anniversaries, the sunrise. Why let trivial details like time and reality get in his way? P.S. Big James fan and would happily live in JST, which is James Standard Time.
That's I mean,
he can move a lot. He just couldn't move our anniversary.
He only got away with moving his daughter's birthday because she was like, what, 3 at the time?
Yeah.
I think our listeners would
so
notice.
he told her.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, she was actually 26.
But yeah, I think our listeners would notice if we started trying to move around podcasts because they're grown adults.
They
know
are
what day
they're
it
grown
is.
ups, they're big boys. Yeah. And we don't just fall for any old shit that James Farley says. We stand strong. Yeah, see right through him.
Phil has messaged, I had a relatively bad start to the day. Got to work feeling shit. Stick your podcast on and everything feels good in the world again. Love it. Then Matt said, Aloy doesn't have a good character arc and it's ruined my day again. Look, I haven't played Horizon Dawn. I haven't played the first one, but I played the second one. And there was nothing from Aloy. It was just
hold on. How far into the second one did you get?
I finished the whole thing.
You didn't even leave. You finished the second one?
Yeah, because I still think it's like some of the best looking cutscenes I've ever seen in the game. Even now, it's absolutely amazing. But like,
that's such damning with faint praise, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's absolutely incredible how good it looks. But yeah, it's like Aloy as a character in that. There's nothing. It's just there's no reason to get excited about her. There's no development at all with Aloy for me personally.
I quite liked in the first one.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I should play the first one, but second one, stunning game. And action was great, but as in terms of story with her, it's just nothing to do, nothing to get excited about.
It's a weird game, isn't it? Because it is massive for Sony. Yeah, I
it's a
don't
huge
know
IP.
anyone that really loves it, like in real life. Did you play the Horizon Dawn games, John?
Yeah, I've played both of them. I haven't finished either of them. I don't like them. That's
Yeah, you
the
get that a
combat
lot.
with the actual robots is pretty decent, to be honest. But just everything else about it, the characters, the story, is so laboured. I just couldn't get into it.
See, funny
I think
enough,
some of the
it's
side characters are
combat
great in
that
this. But,
I think, some of the side characters were. I think it was the combat that put me off more than anything else, because like stealth and then setting traps and all that sort of stuff. Whereas I just want to get out like a massive gun and start picking off bits of the robot dinosaur. That
Like
sounds
hitting
like
with big weapons and stuff.
oh mate, Yeah.
If only there was a game you could do hit massive monsters with big weapons that you'll never play. But
yeah, but then that's got other things wrong. That's got
right.
other things wrong with it, isn't it?
No, you don't know what they are. You never played it, mate.
No, you're right. Actually, I have never played it. Maybe I should next time. You've taught me a lesson here, John. I'll take that.
Too easy.
Didn't the first Horizon suffer because it came out like a month after Breath of the Wild, right?
Yeah,
and everyone was like,
sequel,
yeah, and everyone's like, in Breath of the Wild, it's amazing because you go to the top of a mountain and then you're like, I can just fucking jump off this cliff and just glide. You can't do that in Horizon. You get to the top, it's like, I better walk down again now.
But robot giraffes, so
yeah,
you win some, you lose some. Yeah. Zelda.
Yeah, I think the second one came out in and around Elden Ring time as well, didn't it?
Yeah,
I think there's something.
There's something else. Yes,
like,
no, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, you got screwed over again. So I'm excited for whenever they announce the third one, and then
something else brilliant will come out.
Yeah, something else brilliant knocks it out.
Yeah, you saved Matt then, because Matt hit a brick wall in his conversation there, just went, just sort of like.
No, I was about to say something else coming out. What else am I going to say?
I think you were thinking of another big upcoming game or something.
I wasn't. My brain's not working on that today.
Okay.
Or Oven Man, the listener formerly known as Orman. When I last wrote in, I forgot to say happy 10th birthday. So happy related 10th birthday. Here's another 10 years of kitchen utensils and appliances. That song at the end of last week's show was incredible as well. In terms of other feedback, I thought the attack on the amount of time off James has had was a bit unfair. I think you should let him have as much unpaid leave as he needs. As we speed towards episode 500, I just wanted to say this is still my absolute number one podcast. Keep up the great work, lads, and listeners making the amazing tunes.
Cheers, other man. Appreciate that. James.
Sorry, go on.
No, go on.
Regarding the ending song, Nick Parton was a little bit put out that we shoved it at the end because no one listens to the end of the show. So apologies. It was just a bit long to play in the middle of an episode, but I loved it. And plenty of people were on the Discord and stuff saying how much they loved it. So people did hear it.
Yeah, they stuck to the end for the first time in weeks just to hear that song, and rightly so.
You're like, Matt,
maybe we should stay every week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe we should get people to do a song to play us out. So it's you got to listen to the socials. Else you'll miss the song.
Not allowed to skip anything.
Can you morally do that though? That's the question.
Yeah, we can morally do whatever the hell we want.
Okay, all right then.
Tony Macaroni has messaged, dear main one, the retro one, the promiscuous one, and the part-time one. I've been meaning to get in touch for a while, but life. Early this year, or possibly last year, you discussed Rockstar employees losing their jobs and taking Rockstar to an employment tribunal. This was a rare crossover for two of my special interests, video games and employment law. The two are rarely discussed in the same breath, so this is a peak podcast moment for me. It gave me an idea for you to consider or discuss. You might not be aware, but employment tribunals are typically public courts. Anyone can attend, and where the case is high profile, i.e. can set a legal precedent or test new legalization, you often get a media presence and sometimes have journalists live tweeting during the hearing. The judgments are published online anyway, so nothing is hidden or inappropriate for public sharing. I wondered whether your resident news hound, Dr. Farley, could be influenced in attending a hearing to create podcast content. Much of the discussion is a debate for lawyers, but it would provide some unique insight into what's happened and why. I don't think it'd be too hard to identify where the hearing is, and getting James's take on things could be hilarious. Anyway, love your work. Keep it up. Tony Macaroni.
Tony, I love the idea. I do love the idea, but it's hard enough to get him to waddle over to his desk in the corner of his room and turn his computer on once a week. Sending him to a courtroom to take notes is not. I think that's just going to be beyond him, isn't it?
It would be incredible to do, if you went there with the hat with the press card in his hat, like an old.
Dress him like one of those old press guys in New York.
A little notepad.
I got a question.
Yeah, one question.
He'd probably fall asleep, right?
100% he'd fall asleep.
Yeah. And also, Chris Pratt probably there doing the same thing.
Yeah, better.
So, yeah.
I'd hope that Chris Pratt would then start making a video about James Farley. That would be
totally change the documentary.
Yeah.
It's actually not about Rostar at all. It's about this cracking new
Yeah, it's one of those
reporter.
documentaries where it's like, well, it started out as an interesting documentary, but then a story landed
Yeah,
in
then a
how
twist
that
happens.
It's like, how the fuck is this guy's? I feel bad he's not here. I love you, James. Right, next.
Just realised I've copied several questions into the feedback bit.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
sure.
Matt.
Oh,
It's been a
fucking
busy
hell.
day. Just wait till we get to the news. It's going to be a fucking shambles.
Evil Mammal. No, that's also
another
a
one.
question.
I'm doing it now.
Come back
Moving
later. This next one is feedback, isn't it? Yes, it probably is.
I think so.
Okay. Stig, hi gents. Relating to some feedback.
Sorry,
on
is it good to be back, John? Is it good to be back?
To be honest, I'm happy this has been cleared up because I saw those in there and I was about to launch
And you
into a
said
whole
nothing.
thing about why that there's questions in feedback and why is it different questions. Because that's often the
We're
case
mixing up.
anyway in the beginning of the show. Random questions will be fed in there.
The next one does sort of technically contain a question,
You have,
but it's more like a discussion.
You've avoided a beating, Sean, from Jon Denton.
No, I was just blaming Matt. I didn't realise it was Sean's.
Wow.
Yeah,
No, it's not me.
I mean, Matt could have checked it.
I could have. I just chose not to. Chose not to. Stig, okay. Stig, hi gents. Related to some feedback on episode 496 where Kurt called me out and tried to throw me under the bus. Yes, I did get an early access code for a game, and after playing it, I did want to bid on it on the Fantasy Critic. However,
Oh
early
my
access-
god, this is honestly the most tedious argument of all time, and we have had some bad ones.
No, we've had worse than this.
Yes.
This
Yeah,
has
let's
only
not
been one
between us, we
episode so
have,
far.
yeah,
This
but-
is...
Yeah, okay, all right, let's go.
Let's not bring them up because otherwise it will just be another 6 weeks of feedback about whatever we had discussed previously. However, early access games are prohibited. I'd just like to point out that he left some vital information about the game in question. It isn't locked away for reviewers only. It's an open early access game that anyone could play on Steam. I was just lucky enough to get the game for free. Is getting a code any different to picking up on Steam via my own violation? What if I didn't get a code and just went by early access reviews? Should I ignore these because other people might not have heard this hidden gem? Frankly, I think Kurt owes me an apology after accusing me of cheating and trying to besmirch my good name to the TCGS community. Looking forward to the live show. Are we going to go for a London run, Matt, from Stig?
Are you going to go for a London run, Matt?
Well, there is discussion about a bunch of people in the fitness channel doing a run on the morning, definitely on the morning, not the morning after the live show. So,
Have a shower before turning up to the live part of it. Look, we looking forward to hearing Kurt's response to this next week.
It
aren't
does
we?
sound like Kurt's got it wrong because the way Kurt presented it to us, it sounded like he was accusing Stig of getting like pre-release code,
exclusive
for,
access
I
to
believe
a
it was Super
game that
Meat
no
Boy
one else
3D.
got.
Whereas now
we'll
it
find out.
transpires.
Tune in next week, TCG listeners, for the next thrilling part of this argument between Stig, Kurt, and Critic Fantasy League. Can we get to the next bit of feedback,
Yes,
please?
Necromoz. All right, loves. For my entire 40-ish years on this planet, my immediate and extended family have added a second verse to Happy Birthday song. Okay, this is the third week of this as well.
Did you hear this, John?
What's this?
So last week, basically, how do you sing "Happy Birthday" in your family?
Like normal?
Well, there's
what's
different
normal?
normals, isn't
Yeah,
there?
yeah,
So
yeah.
we
What we're
always do a "and many more" at the end of it, right?
Oh,
Like
I've
that
never
is-
heard that shit in my life.
Well, did you not listen to last week's show where there's a
did,
whole
but
second verse?
I tune in and out. No, I must have not heard that bit.
There's a whole second verse to "Happy Birthday" apparently.
Well,
and-
no, well, hang on. It's not. This isn't like basically someone wrote in last week saying my nan added this second verse.
Oh
I think
no, she made it up. I
think
just
that
assumed-
was and it now sounds
I
like
thought
there's.
it was like the national anthem where no one sings like the second half of it and remembers it. Oh right, okay. So they actually
No,
made
I
the
think
because
this is folk history. We're talking. This
God,
is, just people making.
if she
shit
made it up, that makes it worse, right? Because it was like "Happy Birthday to you, God, Jesus, religion, remember it's your birthday, Jesus."
Yeah, pretty much.
It was,
Pretty
it
much.
was pretty intense.
This
Right, go on.
one we've got is a bit more atheist, but it's still
Okay.
quite strange.
Yes. So yeah, for my entire 40-ish years on this planet, my immediate and extended family have added a second verse to the Happy Birthday song. As a very cool person growing up, I tended to cringe every time I heard it, but they've worn me down to the point that I can live with it. I believe it originated in my grandparents' church, which is now a yoga studio, and was adopted by the subsequent 3 generations semi-ironically. The final 2 words have to be bellowed in the thickest West Country accent you can muster, as is the tradition. It goes like this. I mean, I cannot do accents, so I'm not going to attempt
You
that.
don't have to do it. Right,
do
here's
one.
2 things you're doing. You're doing accents. You can do one.
I can't-
Well, no,
well-
you can do a couple. I can think of 2 very good accents that you could do that cannot be done on
I
this
was
show.
going to say they're problematic.
They're very problematic. But as soon as the mics go off, Sean, he whacks them in the eye.
I do
He
not,
does
I do
it
not.
all the time.
I do not.
Right. Okay. So you're doing the accent,
Oh,
right?
God,
And
I
you're
hate
doing
this.
the song. Come on.
So, what? No, what
What's
even
brilliant
West,
is that you've
what even is
forgotten
West Country?
how Happy Birthday goes, have you?
No, I know how
I
birthday
sang the
goes.
one last week. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay,
But I didn't have to do an accent, so
I'm not
Right,
doing
well,
an accent.
Matt has.
I couldn't even
Matt's
tell you what a
gotta
West
do it.
Country accent. That's like
How do you
No.
not know what a West Country accent
that's like
is?
Bristolian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna do that. I can't do it. My
You can. You
brain
could try,
wouldn't even
though.
know where to begin with it. No, I'm not. I don't even know how. We wish. No, I don't even know. The
He was
happy
going to say
birthday.
we wish you a Merry Christmas. then, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
that's great. We wish you a Merry
I
Christmas.
was like,
Happy
okay,
birthday.
it's Merry Christmas. It's Merry Christmas. No, it's happy birthday.
Everyone
okay.
go quiet. Everyone go quiet. Let's go.
We wish. Oh fuck! I can't-
Stop doing it. We wish you a Merry Christmas. It's not
But
we
it
wish you a
starts
Merry-
off, we wish.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, okay. Happy birthday, okay. We wish you a good health and a little bit of wealth and a great deal of happiness. God bless you, my dear. I think I nailed that once I got over the Christmas
did,
thing.
actually.
I
Yes, you
tried,
did.
Yes,
Yeah,
I tried
I
Googling
enjoyed
this
it.
to see if it was in use anywhere else, and the unwanted AI answer responded with, "Thank you so much. This is a very kind sentiment, and I wish the same to you." Gross. Anyway, God bless you, my dears, and congrats on your upcoming 500 show from Necromoz.
Can I say something about this second verse before we go into it in more detail?
Yes.
Yes,
You know,
please.
just to back you up a bit, Matt. It's a bit unfair because it does start with "we wish," very confusing, and it also ends in "my dear," which is exactly the same as "New Year."
Yeah, I mean,
it's
it's
true.
yeah,
So
yeah.
no wonder you got into
It's you know,
those
it's
sorts
very
of
we wish you a Merry Christmas coded, isn't it? It's basically
really.
that.
It is.
That is fucking wild, though. Necromoz's family have just had a music reaction review from YouTube's
Yeah,
premium
wonder if you
music
can,
reactor.
get this on the family chat.
I mean, how much do you charge artists this, John?
No charging involved. That would be.
I know it was
my
little.
moral code.
I was just
You know,
joking.
like in England especially, you can map out accents, right? Like because
Yeah.
loads of variation and stuff. I wonder if you can do the same, but with people's weird fucking variations on Happy Birthday second.
Well,
verse.
there's loads of stuff for that, isn't there? It's like what you call a bread roll.
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
one.
Oh yeah,
There was what you
which
call
is a
it.
role.
What you called it when you were at school.
Yeah, it.
Like what was yours, Matt?
It was it. It's
Sean?
Tag.
John?
Tig.
Right, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't invent it. Fucking don't go. Jesus.
But the thing is, right? Tag and Tig, but no, they make more sense. It. It's just so lazy. It makes no sense. Yeah. Okay. Right. Is that it for the feedback?
yes. So if you want to leave us feedback, go to tcgs.co to leave that feedback.
Hold on. What do you call it, though? Sorry.
It.
Oh, okay.
That's
So.
what we called it. Yeah. It. That's yeah.
Yeah, you're it.
Well, I know I'm just interrupting the whole show, but is this 2 different second verses of Happy Birthday that have both been created by different grandparents of different families?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Good to know.
There's going to be
Okay,
so
noted.
many. There's, I mean, we've only heard 2. There
We need
must
to
be.
start
And
collecting
Dave's
them
made
up,
up one.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know where ours came from actually.
Grandparents.
Because
Yeah,
it wasn't
made
when
up.
it wasn't when I was a kid. We didn't used to say it as a kid. I don't know. I don't know where it come from. It's just all of a sudden that become a thing. Many more. Right. Is that it for the feedback?
It still is it for the feedback. Yeah.
Good. Let's get to the news then. What's been happening in the world of video games, Sean Bell?
Look, I've been very busy today. You know, James normally has his notes and everything. I've got some links, and I'm
Whoa!
and I'm-
You're
and
being
I'm
generous
reading
to
them.
James there.
and I'm reading them now.
You're doing exactly what James says. But you're doing what James does, but you're being honest and saying you've got no notes and you're just reading the headlines.
That's true.
Go on.
So, Take-Two got hacked by a group called Shiny Hunters, and a load of information came out of it.
Has that
One of
hacking group ever had a cool name? Has it ever heard? Have
I
you
mean,
ever
what's a
gone,
cool
"Oh,
name for a hacking group, though?
Yeah, go.
The Super Kids"?
Oh, right. Well,
What?
there we go.
That's yeah.
Right,
Episode
that's
title?
episode title. Yeah.
The Super Kids. Good.
Obviously, usually, when a company gets hacked and secrets get leaked and everything, it's usually bad news for the company. It ruins, marketing plans and lets secrets out, etc., etc. In this instance, we found out that GTA Online is still making $1.3 million a day, and the result of that,
Fucking hell.
is that Take-Two's share price went up. So it's just a win
I
all
love
around.
the fact that we've been sitting there going, why didn't we get single player content for GTA 5? Well, it's not making £1.3 million a day, does it? Like fucking God knows how many years after that game came out. Like it's wild.
It is, man. Because you
okay.
do wonder, because obviously, I'm excited about GTA 6 for all the story stuff, and I know the online part of that is going to be huge as well. But actually, it must be quite, given how much GTA Online is still making, the idea of having to transfer everyone across to a new game, that's fucking dicey. Like, doesn't matter how big the new game is, people are weird about that stuff.
It's going to be really interesting to see how they handle that. Like, are they? You could only imagine that the best possible move they can make is to do what they did last time, bring the game out, say that it includes GTA Online, and then release GTA Online, 3 to 6 months after GTA comes out.
Yeah.
I think that's the only possible move they can make, because part of you goes, well, they should make that side of it free to play. But how much of an impact does that have on sales of GTA if they know they're getting a free version of it down the line and they prefer to play the online mode rather than the single player? I don't know. It's really confusing. I'll be fascinated to see how this ends up. Do you lock the online stuff away behind the main game? What do you think?
Behind GTA 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause we haven't heard what's really happening. I mean, I don't think there will be like GTA Online in GTA 6 on day one. I think that'll be like something that comes like
I would assume
Agreed.
it's later,
Agreed.
yeah.
18 months down the line, because that'd be insane for them to have done to GTA 6 and GTA 6 online. It's like, I feel like that's far too much happening at once. So, like, get GTA 6 out, please, and then they'll upgrade GTA Online as like another thing into, well, maybe longer, 2 or 3 years time.
I think
Who knows?
that's what I'm saying. I think they'll do exactly what they did with GTA 5. That's what happened on GTA 5, right? Online
Yeah.
didn't come out when the single player came out. They released that afterwards. You'd have to imagine that's the route they're going to go down. But how do you then transfer everyone across? I guess if you're playing GTA 5 and GTA 5 online now, you are 100% buying GTA 6 anyway. So I can't imagine them really struggling to get people to transfer over, because it's been so long since that game come out, and those people who obviously love the world of GTA Online are going to want to play the new version of that. So, it's strange. Do we think this is still coming out this year?
Yeah, probably.
Probably. I mean,
Based on nothing. But,
It'd be too
we must
much
see a
if it got
trailer at some
delayed
point.
again, right?
What did you say, Dave? Sorry.
you got what?
I said it'd be too much if it got delayed again. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
that's beyond parody at that point.
But I mean, yes and no. I mean, but like ultimately, they want it to be the best it can be, and no one wants a broken GTA to come out or like a subpar one, and they can keep it going
Sure,
because
but
they're
how
getting
many
£1
times are
million
you
a
going to
day.
get
or
away
whatever.
with saying that?
Well,
Like, you've delayed it so many times.
they get away with saying it for not forever, but for a longer time, because it's GTA, it's Rockstar. Like, people will wait. It's still going to do insane numbers when it does come out, and I think I would always rather it was delayed. If they said tomorrow it's another year, I'm like, well, this is mental, but also, okay, well, at least we know in a year's time we're better than releasing it this year as a broken mess. So I would always take a delay, especially this game, for more than ever, and any other game, really. I'll take a delay for as long as it needs to be the best it can possibly be. Could they delay it again? For sure. If they want to maximize their, the money they make early doors in this game. And if it means 6 months would really not guarantee, but pretty much guarantee it'll be a lot better on day one, then I'm sure they will do it. I don't know. I mean,
I know
it's
what you're
impossible to
saying.
say right now. I mean, I'd love to see a
get
trailer.
that.
When was the last trailer came out? It feels like forever ago. But
I get that, but we've already had it's been delayed a year. So to go, if it gets delayed a year, I get it, it's fine. but then I'll just have no faith in the fact that it will come out. Like I just don't. I don't know where. I can't see them slipping again. They can't slip again, surely. I don't know. It's weird.
They can probably afford it. Like 'cause that's the thing. Like GTA is just an outlier in so many ways, isn't it?
It really is.
Like,
yeah,
yes, it will probably get away with another delay, like financially.
Yeah, it will get away with it. Yeah.
Sentiment, whatever.
Mm.
I think it would probably be fine, but yeah.
God,
But any other
that's-
game would be like, oh fucking come on, man.
That's going to be, and then you've also got to think, how the hell is it ever going to live up to the hype? A game that has been waited on for so many years and built up, and how the fuck
because
is
it's
it
at the
ever
point
gonna
where
live up
like
to the hype?
yeah, like how can your reaction be anything other than like, oh yeah, no, it's basically a video game, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah, it's no GTA.
yeah.
yeah. I don't know. It's it's strange.
Having said that, my hype is through the roof, so I'm sure it'll be cool. Oh, the last trailer was actually 6th of May last year. Okay, well, I guess I did have that new one, but it just feels like a longer time ago.
It's still a year, right? That's still quite a while.
Yeah.
I could certainly do with a new trailer. Get back into the feed of things.
God, yeah.
Get a move on.
What do you
Rockstar,
reckon?
Come on.
What do you reckon, John? Coming out this year?
Yeah, I do think it's going to come out this year. I think that historically, it sort of follows the patterns of their previous delays in terms of one and then another longer one. It may get a little smaller delay. Wasn't it supposed to come out like earlier this year, like June time?
That's right.
And then they pushed it back to. Is it got a date? Is it like November? At the moment?
November. They've got
Yeah,
that
it's like
actual date
27th
now.
or
I
something.
think-
It's really late in November, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe, I mean, they can maybe delay it a couple of weeks till it comes out pre-Christmas, but that doesn't leave a lot of wiggle room, does it?
I think it's
Isn't
going
it
to come out. Yeah.
End of November, early December's like main Christmas shopping. But mind you, that was years ago. It's all Black Friday sales and stuff now, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
it's
and there's no
happening early.
fucking way that people are going to wait. Oh, can you wrap this up? Can you get this for
Yeah,
me for
true.
Christmas? No, absolutely not. I've waited 10 years for it.
Yeah. It's under
Can you
the
make
tree.
me wait another month for no reason?
Yeah, you can get away with that if you're buying it for a child who you shouldn't be buying it for in the first place.
Yeah, well, there are certificates on the box. That's what's crazy, is that when we were like talking about this, like Harry was essentially a baby, and now you go, well, is he old enough to play it when it finally comes out? I don't know, really. He'll be a teenager, I guess. So I was certainly playing 18 rated games when I was his age. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
It's weird, isn't it?
Oh.
'Cause, yeah,
Is that the
same.
place?
Like, the original GTA was,
not
pretty
expensive.
sure it was rated an 18. I was playing that when I was like 12, 11. But also,
Yeah, but the original one.
but yeah, like an 18 game now is very different to an 18 game back then. Because back
Yeah,
then it's
yeah.
like, oh my god, there's some blood in it. Adults only. Like,
I do need to go back and play that original one again. I still think about that a lot.
Sorry, the maddest thing about GTA is the fact that it was launched on 360, on GTA 5, that is. It's like 360, then it's like,
Oh yeah. Oh, you
and then
mean
it was
GTA
Xbox
5,
Series,
yeah,
the
the
Xbox
360.
One generation,
Yeah,
now the
that's
Xbox
fucking
Series
crazy, yeah.
generation. It's like, my word, like
Yeah,
three
that is-
generations.
It has definitely been a while since we've had a new GTA game for sure. Yeah, I still rate those original. I mean, obviously, most people got into GTA when 3 came out, but GTA London. I remember forcing my dad to drive to Egham to get GTA 2 from a special reserve shop. I can't believe he did it, to be honest with you, because he took no other interest in my life. But GTA 2 was that important to me.
I remember playing the demo of the first one around my friend Simon Rowe's house at school. As a nickname, as a surname there for everyone. Yeah,
What did you play it on PC or
it was PC, yeah.
PlayStation?
PC.
Okay.
so
Yeah, just
funny, like,
remember playing
remembering
demo.
like being like primarily a PC guy at that point when GTA 2 came out, and the whole narrative, like any PC mag you read was like, this is fucking PlayStation's fault. This is still like a top-down, basically 2D game. And
Really?
in hindsight, it's like, well, how much better would it have been if it had been full 3D? At that point, I don't think it would be something worth revisiting now.
Absolutely not.
I think it would have been really bad.
It is wild how much they nailed it first time in GTA 3, like how they got that. And of course, there's problems with it. It was of that era where 3D gaming was still finding its feet, like for sure.
That's what I mean. I imagine several years prior to that, like it would not have held up at all. But
Yeah, but I remember playing that for the first time and just thinking, what the fuck is going on now? Why can we do this now? What has happened?
Almost angry.
Yeah, almost
What the fuck's
angry that
happened
the
here?
world was changing this much. It was that and playing Mario 64 for the first time and making him run around the flowers. That was
That
when I was
also,
like,
yeah.
right, technology has gone too far. We need to shut it down. That was the big change for me. But yeah, we'll see. All right. Online leak boost from whatever. Next
What?
news story.
Okay.
There was a news story 10 minutes ago.
Online league boost or whatever.
Next one is that the Stop Killing Games campaign has had its day in European Parliament. So this is the movement that came about after Ubisoft shut down the servers for The Crew, the original, which actually renders the game apparently completely unplayable. Like you can't even play it single player. And it's not the only example of that. You know, there have been others. And yeah, so this movement has started, and so it's had a hearing in European Parliament. Apparently, the whole thing is 45 minutes long, which you can watch on YouTube. If that sounds.
I've watched clips of it. Have you seen any of it?
I haven't. No.
It's really good.
James would have if he was here.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure. Like I will say, this sort of stuff doesn't really concern me personally. Like I've never really
Yeah, I know what
freaked
you
out
mean.
about this stuff.
But one
However,
day it will.
well, yeah,
Right.
sure, and however, like I think the points that they were putting across were fucking spot on. It's like, how can you sell me a product and turn it off in 3 years and not offer me any money back for, you know, you haven't said how long this game will be kept live for.
Like you haven't sold it me, you've rented it to me effectively.
Yes,
like,
there was so many valid points there. I think it was really interesting. I'm not look, I care about this stuff, but it's not top of my list for the things to worry about in the world of video games. You know what I mean? Like, and okay, that sounds pretty cold or whatever, but I thought the way the guy come across, or the clips I've seen from the guy that was talking about in court recently, I thought, fucking hell, you're putting a lot of valid points across here. And,
it sounds like it went down pretty well. There's a quote here from Committee Vice Chair Nils Usakovs. There's an accent on the S, so I probably got that wrong. He says, today we've had the opportunity to understand directly from the organisers, experts and stakeholders about various challenges that arise when video games become unplayable after sale due to discontinued services or disabled access. This initiative highlights a real concern for millions, and as far as we understand from the presentations, probably hundreds of millions of European citizens, ensuring that digital purchases remain functional and that consumer rights are respected in the evolving digital landscape. So I don't know what happens next. I don't know what sort of action will be taken. But sounds positive.
cool.
Next story is that, big surprise, PS5 sales went up a lot right before the price rise.
Yeah.
Matt, did you not get a...
No, I didn't.
Pro?
No.
You didn't get
Is it? Are we past the point now? If the price has gone up?
Yeah, it went off.
That's
It was last week or the week before. So,
Shit.
no.
No,
No, I didn't,
5 Pro for Matt then.
No PS5 Pro for me. I mean, maybe. I mean, I should probably just wait and see what GTA does with it, and if there is a significant upgrade,
It's
then
too
maybe.
late now. Fucking hell! It's 790 quid, that console. I just looking it up now. It's 790 pounds. Fucking
it's a lot.
hell! Were you not tempted for a Pro, John?
No part of me was tempted for a Pro at any point when I saw the price and I mean, I've got a whole thing about the state of consoles at the moment, to be honest, but I just never even felt like the PS5 got going, and then they were asking me to fork out a fortune for a slightly better one, and well, I've ended up getting a nice PC, which I needed to anyway, because the old one had slowed down to the point where if I pressed space when I was trying to type in Discord, it was taking about 10 seconds for it to come up. It was bad. And yeah, now I'm not going back. So that's another conversation for another time. But yeah, there was no point. And I've had all of the Pro consoles or the secondary consoles before. You know, the not Series X, what was it called, One X, and the PS4 Pro and things, and even some of the upgrades back in the 360 era when things were a bit cheaper. But yeah, no. And the only game I would get it for is GTA. Yeah. But I don't know. It's just not worth it. It's not
because that's unlikely to come out on PC, right? That
not straight. It's not coming out
immediately.
Yeah, it'll be a while. Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, GTA, we'll all be playing it at 30-ish FPS, 720p. We're all in the same boat. It's fine.
Crying.
God, I don't want that.
Yeah, I don't know. I also think it's funny, isn't it? These mid-gen consoles, we've had them now, and when we look back, you look at the you look at the One X, and that was genuinely brilliant. But
Yeah, that was that changed everything how I saw that console.
But mainly because the one was shit,
Yeah,
and then the
yeah.
PS4 Pro, I still think that was just a wasted purchase. Like I didn't rate that thing at all. So to then have that again, the mid-gen one, and also it is insanely expensive. I've had no sort of feeling to go and get this thing. I'm looking at very now. I forgot that the Pro doesn't even come with a disc drive. And,
then I think I can't remember the last time I bought a disc.
No,
like
sure, but you're selling a Pro flagship model at a really premium price, and you're not putting a disc drive in it. Like, that is fucking mad to me. So I'm looking at very now. You can get a PlayStation 5 Pro, 2 terabyte with GTA 5 and a disc drive, £870. That is fucking insane, isn't it?
That's outrageous.
That is insane. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not surprised that there's a spike with everyone people rushing to get these before the increases, but
yeah, apparently. So yeah, according to Sakana, which I'm desperately scanning the article to find out who they are.
So Sakana was like the new name for MPD back in the day.
Right, okay, cool.
Yeah, and Matt Piscatello, who's mentioned it here. He's a great follower on Blue Sky and formerly X, etc.
And yes, apparently, the spending on video game hardware nearly doubled that week. But of course it did. It makes sense. So yeah.
But I think like spending will go up anyway for people buying PlayStation consoles from now because of the increased kind of costs. So I feel like numbers will also go up, but in a different way.
Is that offset by people not being willing to pay the new price?
Well, possibly, but.
Is anyone else praying that their PlayStation doesn't fucking die? That's my main concern.
Well, I keep thinking about my PC at the moment. Like a year ago, I'd be like, oh, if it dies, then that's an excuse to finance the arse off a new one. Whereas now I'm like, oh no, shit. That'd be really fucking bad news now.
That'd be an actual problem for me.
I'll take the RAM out of it and put it in the next one.
What worries me about the PS5 as well is that I don't know what it is about that thing, but when it heats up, you can hear it creaking and the plastic popping as it's like morphing or whatever. And I'm just like, mate, I can't. Yeah, if you turn it off and leave it for 5 minutes as it starts, the heat starts to go down, you can hear it just sort of like creaking. It's like fucking horrible.
My Xbox it feels like it's on the way out. I mean, something's wrong with the HDMI. Something's wrong with the HDMI port to the point where if I move it literally a millimeter, there'll be So yeah, I can't touch the machine if I have to do anything with it. I have to, be very delicate. And sometimes I'm like, fuck, I moved it a millimeter. Then I'll spend half an hour moving it by different millimeters to try and get the picture back on the screen.
Even it's like the old days when you had to adjust the aerial.
Yeah, it really is.
To watch the dodgy channels.
I've been playing It Takes Two recently, and even there, I'm like having to keep resetting the bloody the console because things get going mucked up. I can't believe it's actually the game. It must be the console. It's just it feels like it's not doing well.
All right. Well, it's going to be more expensive to replace it now. That's the killer. I mean, at least then, when you got like a 360 or whatever, by the time it was fucked up, which was actually that was probably about a month after you got it with a 360. But I probably picked the worst console to talk about it. But you would get a replacement for half the price that you bought the original one for because it was years down the line. Now you're paying double. It's like, no fucking hell. No. Yeah, you might as well. It's getting to the point where it's like a car, and you might as well try and scrap it for parts at the very least.
Yeah.
Just I'll tell it RAM out of that and put it in your PC.
All right.
The video game BAFTAs happened this week.
Did.
Are we all excited to find out?
Once again,
who won?
Didn't get an invite to it, did we, boys?
No, but we want to be part of the conversation, Matt.
Yes, there is that. That's what we're doing right now.
Big surprise, Claire Obscure won a bunch of stuff. Best game, debut game, and also Jennifer English got Best Actor. I mean,
didn't get Best Music.
No,
that went to Ghost of Yote.
Yeah, I mean, I really like Ghost of Yote. I couldn't hum a single tune from it.
That's fucking insane, and I'm only 9 hours into Expedition 33. That's insanity.
Yeah. Audio achievement dispatch. I mean,
Yeah. Thought that was odd.
what's the definition of that award? I wonder. But
I'm assuming part of the voice acting side of that counts towards that because that definitely got some of the best voice acting I've ever heard in a game.
yeah, and Jeffrey Wright actually has Chase won best performer in a supporting role.
Yeah.
So that's great. That was an incredible character.
Absolutely superb in that. Did you play Dispatch in the end, John? I forget.
No, I've not played it yet. I do intend to.
Fucking hell, man! It's so good. Yeah, it really is good. So it's good to see that.
Yeah,
that
no, I was
got
thinking about
some
streaming it, and
recognition.
then you told me there was loads of dick in it. So
There is
yeah,
a
I may
lot
not
of
do
dick
that, yeah.
in that game. Yeah. So do that privately because you don't want to. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. What else? One things.
Best family game went to Lego Party, the Lego Party Mario Party game.
Oh,
Oh right, the big controversial.
I still don't. None of us have played that yet.
yeah, I did. Yeah,
Oh, no, that's right. Sorry, no, you talked about it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I said like when I played on Netflix games, it was
Yes.
it was a joke to stream, but even when we got past the technical kind of quality, there's none of the classic Mario Party things that screws you over. It's just like it was just kind of tame, really. I kind of wanted the chaos.
This won't affect people who hear the proper podcast, but as you were just saying that, Matt, your connection went a bit weird.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? Yeah.
Which I would love to pretend
And
was
he's
like,
gone.
oh shit,
He's
he's
gone.
gone. Oh my god.
Really upset him then, Sean.
He's rage quit. Shit. All right, well, hang on for a minute.
I wonder if his internet's down. Yeah, let's
Fuck.
see what he says. Shit.
I mean, I'd love to pretend this was a bit, but it's actually just a real problem. As he messages.
Oh, I hate it when this shit happens, man.
Who's editing this week?
I mean, I can, but it would be tomorrow night. I am.
Yeah,
There's
same.
no way I'm staying up late to record, to edit. I'm shattered. Yeah, Cole. Yeah, Cole's edit.
Can't do it.
But,
He's a good lad.
but really, someone needs to edit.
Yeah.
Does he sound
All right, he's normally messaged us by now. Getting worried. Oh, there we go. Yeah, keep recording. The internet's just dropped out.
Okay.
Imagine
Right.
if someone other than James died on a stream. Yeah, one of the
What
computer game
does
show
that
hosts
mean?
died. No, because he always fucking passes out.
I think we were all expecting James to go.
The
but could you
inevitable
imagine
has occurred.
if it was someone else?
Yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, one of the computer game show hosts apparently just fucking died on the stream, and everyone like, oh yeah, it was James, yeah. No, no, it was the healthy one.
Oh dear. All right. New intellectual property south of midnight. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, it's
Hello?
Not bun.
Hey,
He's back.
here he is.
And that's weird. Not quite sure what happened there. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
It's all right. Right. So, what was the last thing?
So just talk about another. I think So Matt just talked about Lego Party being shit on Netflix.
Yeah.
And then
Going to another award.
Best multiplayer went to Ark Raiders. Good. Happy with that.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
But then I do find it strange. And look, it's weird going through fucking lists like this because someone's they'll always have a different opinion. Fuck.
Matt's gone again.
Do we just say it's the three of us now for the rest of the pod? Or?
Possibly. That's right.
Sorry, John.
That's all right. It's Matt's fault.
It is. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm in the office tomorrow, but I don't mind recording when I get back. It just means it won't be on in the Dropbox till late.
Yeah.
Oh, if you're watching this on YouTube, hello, we're not editing this bit out. That's... Just waiting for a response from Matt. I know what we're gonna do. Your odds still one. Your odds still 7-1 on being in the Prem next year, Dave. Yeah, well, look, I don't think we're gonna. I think I still am doubtful. I will say, I think if we win our last 3 games, we will get promoted. But it is hilarious how everyone's talking about Southampton in a pole position, like they're below us and have less points. Why do they keep saying? I know they've won loads of games in a row, but the fact is, if we win our last 3 games, we finish above them. It's just bizarre. Like, but yeah. Right, he's going to reset the router. Okay, we'll wait for him.
Reset the router.
Yeah. Is it them with the games in hand? No, Ipswich have got 1 game in hand, but they've still got Southampton and Middlesbrough to play. No, they've played Middlesbrough now, so they've still got Southampton to play. So we'll get into the old permutations now. Are Arsenal going to win the league, John?
Probably not now, isn't it? Realistically.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they'll drop more points. I think they've gone
That's
ahead.
fucking wild, that.
Yeah.
It's near the end of the Palace West Ham match as well.
Yeah, I know. I've been
0-0.
keeping tabs.
Well, it still puts them. Where would that put them? 2 points ahead of Spurs.
Yeah, or 3 maybe when
With
it's done.
5 games to go. You lot still got 5 games to go. Fucking
Yeah,
lazy
still 5
bastards.
games to go. I think it might be 3 points ahead.
Oh, is that not live then?
No,
Oh,
because the latest result on there, if you're looking at the BBC, is a win for West Ham.
oh, right, okay,
So
yeah, it'd be 3
seems
points
like
ahead.
they- Although
But
maybe
they've
it
got
is
better goal
because it's
difference.
33. Yeah, Spurs got better goal difference.
Shit. Oh, what were we saying? Saw Matt's face when they had a goal disallowed. Oh, they had a goal disallowed. I think Matt wants to lose tonight. I know very little about football, but occasionally drop some random facts about Millwall into conversations at work. People stop in their tracks and say, what the fuck? And it's all down to this podcast. Why? What facts do I say about Millwall on this pod? I would love to know, Chod. Four Mins. Come on. I know that they're a great team for families. Yeah, Family Club of the Year, mate. I think that was 2013, but that's still, we take it. Fave breakfast food.
I mean, favourite or the one I actually have the most, because most days it's fucking cereal, but...
Do you have cereal? What cereal do you have? Do you have like
just like Honey Nut cornflakes.
honey nut cornflakes?
Yeah, which is still,
cereal.
really, if we're being honest, they're still for children, but...
Are they?
Yeah. Well, there's still fucking loads of sugar in them, isn't there?
Oh, right.
But then normal cornflakes just make me want to die, so...
Do they? I quite like
Oh, yeah, they're just so, I don't know, just so bland. Everyone's like, oh, put some fruit in them. Are you kidding me? I would rather just eat fruit. You know what I mean?
What's your why don't you do that then?
I do sometimes.
Oh, right,
actually.
okay.
So-
Okay.
Fuck off.
Oh,
Matt's
Matt
chest
has
bed.
died. Matt's just back. Well, we got a bit of fucking conversation out of it. I'm a Marmite on toast guy. Is Marmite like horrendously bad for you?
No.
No,
It's
it's
full of good B vitamins. It's probably what's been keeping you alive.
Bye, Matt.
Matt's gone.
Oh, he's going in.
Yeah,
Cool.
I just want him to go now. I think
No,
because
he's back.
that's no, he's gone for me.
High in salt. Yeah, but that's all right.
A little bit of salt. That's why I got high blood pressure and have to take a pill for it every day. It's the old Marmite.
Oh, so last week I forgot to reorder my blood pressure meds. And God you fucking take care of yourself when your blood pressure meds have run out. Because I know I'm going to get a migraine if blood pressure goes up.
Oh, is
So
it?
it's just like, right, I'm going to get enough sleep. I'm going to go for a run. I'm just going to eat. I'm not going to eat anything with any salt in. I'm going to like, yeah. So I did that for like, it's like the cleanest I've ever lived for like 4 days until the tablets turned up again. Which is not what the tablets are for, right? They're not supposed to enable. Oh my God, it's fucking gone again.
I'm going to tend to go.
Good, is it? It's not looking good.
Sorry, everyone watching at home. This hasn't happened for fucking ages, to be fair.
It's not so like if someone says like, someone's like got to go for a piss or whatever, and be like, all right, we know we've got 5 minutes, and we'll have a chat, and then we'll move on. Whereas when it's like, oh, we don't actually know what's happening, I feel like you want to get too into a sort of on-air / off-air discussion.
Anyway, mine's porridge.
Oh,
Do you? Do you
Yeah, I
porridge
do
boy?
porridge every day.
Hot.
Hot. Yeah,
You can have cold porridge, can't you?
I'd never heard of that.
Oh no, I don't know. I've never
How do you
been a
have
porridge
cold
boy.
porridge? You need to heat up the oats. Anyway, yeah, porridge with honey and
Nice.
blueberries, mate.
nice.
Yeah. Marmite. Matt,
Yeah, I like
are
a
you there?
Marmite toast. Don't get me wrong. Do not.
Right,
get me
okay,
wrong.
right. So,
Yeah,
look, I've said just don't bother because it's
Yeah, we
becoming
need to
distracting. Right,
make
that's
a
finished.
decision,
The
don't we?
Okay.
I wanted to hear him talk about mouse PI. It sucks.
Yeah, it's really annoying, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, spoiler for the people watching on Twitch. Well, it's not because he's not going to be here to talk about it. So.
Oh, did you follow in the
Right,
chat? Says
okay.
I'm a Quarg boy. Yeah, I had a good Quarg phase. I should get back on that. Quarg with a bit of raspberries on it. Good stuff.
Right, I'm gonna drop an announcement here.
Cool.
Right, are we
Yep.
ready?
Yep.
Hello, listeners. Sorry for the disruption of this podcast. Matt's internet has died, so he will not be on the show anymore. It's,
This week, not like
Yeah.
forever.
Right. Oh, really? Can we not extend that? Can we not flesh that out a little bit?
The only thing that's right. The only
so-
thing that's problematic now is on the stream. It's doing the thing where we're all vertical, and everyone hates it when that happens. So I'm just gonna change that.
Podcast listeners didn't need to know that.
No, I know, but people watching the stream do. So
Fuck them.
and
We could just chop that up, and then we'll get back to the
Yeah,
BAFTAs. Fucking hell. Awesome record. It was this week.
yep.
I'm so tired. Let us know when you're ready.
All right, good to go.
Oh, right, okay. So the BAFTAs then.
Yeah. What about them BAFTAs?
It's weird, isn't it? When you look down the list of awards and stuff, you kind of go, okay, there's no point in going through all the winners because what's the point? Like, I mean, everyone's got a different opinion. You'll always pick out ones that you don't agree with and
Yeah.
whatever. I personally, I look at that. I find it weird that you give multiplayer of the year to Arc Raiders and then best new intellectual property to South of Midnight. I don't like. Do you know what I mean? Like that doesn't work in my head. But there was also some other controversy around the BAFTAs this year. I don't know if you saw.
Yeah, I think I forgot to put it in the news, but yes, there was I believe they were going to show a trailer about a game. This is an autobiographical game about abuse of some sort. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry,
it's
I can't
called
forget
the
details.
Quiet Things, and
yes.
the indie developer behind the game came out and said, "Look, we had this trailer. We got a lot of feedback from BAFTA saying, look, can you cut this? Can you trim this down?" And for 2 weeks, they went back and forth, taking on the notes, saying that it was too not controversial, but maybe the themes in it were not appropriate for the BAFTAs or whatever. And
yeah,
so
didn't they say they felt that they couldn't find a way to put like appropriate warnings in place for the audience? You know, obviously,
Well,
people in the audience might find it upsetting, but
Well, so they said that the
Yeah.
day they cut it, which was the
Right.
day of the BAFTAs. It was
Yeah.
within 24 hours of when the BAFTAs had started.
Mhm.
And when the developer got there, they said they were happy championing games that focus on some really hard hitting issues. And
Mm.
when she's in the audience going, well, fuck you a little bit actually, because that's
Yeah, and especially when like you look at all the red carpet stuff, and I'm not having a go at anyone. There's loads of people I really like are involved, but it's all like there's loads of actors, right? And there's a lot of a lot of actors. And if you're, if your stance is like, look at how important storytelling in games is,
Mm,
and then you cut something like this,
yeah.
it's not a
Yeah,
great look.
it's shitty because I watched it. I don't know if you watched the trailer. I watched the trailer. It
Mhm.
didn't seem anything outrageous to me. It was
Right.
clear the themes that it was touching on,
Mhm.
and I'm sure that can be upsetting for people to see,
Yeah,
like while they're watching the BAFTAs. But I
Mhm.
think you're right. I think if your stance is that we're going to celebrate storytelling in video games and games tackling tough subjects,
Mm.
then cutting trailers like this just seem a bit fucking wrong to me.
Yep.
But there you are. They're that's BAFTAs for you. I've never really
Never liked
got
them.
on board with it. And this is prior to them inviting us to being part of the conversation. It turns out they just wanted us to read a press release. It was prior to that, Sean. That
Yep.
was the icing on the
Yeah.
cake.
We already didn't like them actually.
No, exactly. Right. Shall we get to what you've been playing? Is that it for the news?
That is it for the news.
Cool, because we've got a few games to talk about. We should probably focus on the ones that have come out this week. Unfortunately, because Matt's not here, although his chair has returned, even though I do want him to know that camera is on, Sean,
Yes,
because we
it
don't need a
does.
naked Matt Murray walking into his bedroom in a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I can block him from
No,
the.
but can you text him to let him know that his camera is live streaming on the internet at the moment?
I can't make him hang up. There we go. Hang on. Do I wish to disconnect? Oh yeah, and I can block him from rejoining for 4 hours, which feels a bit harsh. But
Yeah,
I'm
don't do
doing
that.
it.
Don't do that.
Okay,
Don't do that
alright.
because he might have found a fit. Oh, right, okay.
I was going to say that's the
Um,
longest it stayed back. He might be back.
Yeah, exactly. That's my concern. Okay. And if he does come back, so Matt has been playing Mouse PR for hire. If he's not here this week, he will talk about it next week.
Not PR.
Yeah, PR. That's
Did I
Matt's
say
job.
PR for hire? Yeah, they just can't. It's a game where you just constantly email people saying, "Hey, I just wanted to know. Do you
You
want
get
this
emails
to
from
try
people
on?"
going, "Can I have a free code for this game that's coming out?"
Oh, I was coming at it from the other angle. I thought
Okay,
you
sorry.
were the PR. You were the sender of the emails
Okay.
saying, "We've got a great guest for your show, man. We like your content." All right, you've never heard of us and you know it. We've been playing Nintendo's new hit release, haven't we, Sean?
We have.
Tomodachi Life. I mean, can you explain the history of Tomodachi Life? Because I don't actually know much about it.
No, me neither. This is the first one I've played properly. I was aware of
Okay.
it. There was one on the Nintendo DS. I think there was actually two. There was one. I think one was Japan only, and then there was another one that then came out over here. And it's just this weird, quirky little life sim. You have a little island with villagers on it, and they interact in wacky ways. And I never really understood what the DS one was about. And until I played, about a month ago, we played the demo for this, and I was like, oh, actually, I do quite enjoy this. And Isaac was just laughing his head off at it, so I was like, I'm gonna have to buy it. So I bought it. So this one was it Tomodachi Life Living the Dream?
That's
What it's
right.
called. And it's sort of fascinating because in many ways there's fuck all to it. But like, and I think the reviews, there was a lot of 7s, a few 8s and stuff, and I get that, but also I haven't really stopped laughing at it all week.
Well, this is it. So the twist is, I mean, if I was to describe this game to someone, I would say it's Animal Crossing being fed through like a games genie, one of those hacking cartridges. So it's like it is Animal Crossing, right? Like I know that
But it's not because you don't have you're not a character on the island. You are
understood.
God.
There
right?
are slight differences, quite heavy differences.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were to say what game is this most like, you'd have to say like it it is a lot like
Yeah.
Animal. You're building an island.
Mm-hmm.
Villagers are coming to stay.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is it's like you've hacked it, and instead of little animal villages, they're me's that you create, and you just drop in the island. The first thing you've got to wrap your head around is that you are not controlling a character on the island. Like when Charlie started playing it for the first time, he created himself. And then it says, "You have created Charlie on the island. Here's what Charlie does. Now, what's your name?" And you're like, "Well, I don't know now." It's like real existential crisis. Where
Well,
you're
I did
like,
enjoy
well,
it because
I
when
thought I
you
was that one.
Yeah, because so I added myself first, and then when I told, because obviously when you first start the game, you tell it your name and your birthday, and then when I added myself as a character and I added the birthday, and when I typed in the birthday, the me was like, I thought you looked familiar, something like that.
Oh, that's cool. Mine went, "Oh, I can't believe we had the same birthday." That's why I started
Okay,
again.
okay.
So you can do some stuff in the demo, and then you can transfer that across. Although that didn't work for you, right? Was it?
Yeah,
You'd have told me that.
it came up with it came up on the screen like, "Hey, nice one. We found your data from the demo. We'll transfer that over." I was like, "All right, cool." And then it just went into the tutorial for the start of the game. I was like, "Oh, okay." I mean, it
Right.
didn't matter because nothing in this game matters. That's sort of the thing. Right?
Yeah.
there
like,
is progression, but also it's nonsense.
Yeah, they've
really.
all got hungry meters, but you don't have to feed them. Like it's not a big
It's
thing.
something
that
you
occasionally
can
they'll ask
do.
for food.
Yeah, you can feed them to so they gain experience points. But yeah, it doesn't matter if they starve, basically.
So I'm slowly getting drip fed the progression stuff. So I've unlocked. I can now design the island how I want it to look, and I've now created my own food. I'll tell you about that later.
I love those.
But yeah, now it's getting to that point. So the idea is you create the characters you want to create to live on this island, and then they naturally go about their daily lives and they make friends with each other and things happen between them, and that's where the entertainment comes from, right? And the idea is that, I mean, not everyone will, but tell me about your island. Let's just get this bit done. Tell me about your island. Tell me about your characters, and tell me what they're up to.
So my island.
What was your approach to it? Is what I'm asking, I guess. Because like Charlie created his football team, right? And he created me and my brother as his coaches, and he finds it funny that his football team are all talking to each other and all stuff's going on between them, like a little drama. What was your approach to that?
So I literally just started because I had me's of me, Nu, and Isaac.
Right.
So I was like, right, well, I'll just add them first. And then I added a character that looks like a robot who I've called the BanterBot 900. And then I just started creating me's of my friends. One thing that has been quite tragic about this, it's been a long time since I've had to make me's of me and my friends, realizing that we all need forehead wrinkles now. That was quite painful.
Yes, same. And also that when it says how old are they, and you really have to scroll.
Yeah, it takes a while.
You really have to get to the point where it's like it wasn't designed for this age, was it?
Yeah. Well, moreover,
like,
I forgot that I don't know most of my friends' birthdays, which is quite sad.
Do you remember when you used to create your own players in Pro Evolution Soccer, John?
Did you?
Yeah, like when you used to change the defaults and all that.
Oh,
sort of
I see.
stuff.
Sorry, yeah, of course, yeah.
And like you could select the age for them, and it like defaults to like 19. And you think, fucking hell, now it would be so depressing, like if you were creating yourself.
We do that
or
every
like
year
in pro
on
clubs or whatever.
Pro clubs, isn't it?
Yeah, pro clubs.
What age do you put on your pro clubs character? Do you put your real age?
Well, mine was
your
born in
guys are really old,
1976.
yeah,
I play a character on pro clubs. I don't do myself. Go on, Sean.
I think.
What's the name of your island?
Oh, it's 24-hour party island.
Okay,
Obviously.
all right, yeah.
What's really me? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because when I think of you, Sean, I do think of someone that likes to party for 24 hours straight,
all night. Yeah. So I'm kind of in terms of unlocking stuff. I think there's more for me to unlock, like in terms of because you start unlocking shops and stuff, and as Dave says, you start getting the ability to customize stuff. The customization has been where a lot of the fun has been for me. There's like, well, because it reminds me of. So when I was a teenager, a friend of mine got a new PC and it came with It's like came with like loads of software, and it came with this like educational game called Orly's Draw a Story. And the idea was this girl, Orly, would like tell these stories, and it would be like, right, now draw a sea monster, and you would draw it, and then it would appear and like animated in the story, right? And obviously, being teenagers, we're like, what if the sea monster was a big dick? And it's hilarious because then Dix comes out of the ocean, and going, "Rah!" Right? This is that just like 100 times over,
Right.
because you're just making. I mean, Dave, do you want to tell us about your cake?
Okay. Well, let me tell you about can I tell you about the island first, right? So the idea was that I wanted to make Podcast Island, and I called it Poddy Island.
Nice.
And obviously, I started with Sean, Matt, and James, and I was genuinely fucking howling at some of the stuff. You know, James and Sean hit it off straight away, but when Sean went over to chat to Matt, it said that he was telling him a really long meandering joke that was all set up and no punchline, and Matt
it's not
looked
realistic.
absolutely devastated.
It's
very
not realistic at all.
How it got that from
no.
I also feel a bit awkward about setting all your personality traits as well, because when you create the me, it says, you know, are they a fast mover? Are they slow? Are they simple? Are they direct? And all this sort of stuff. And I feel a bit dirty sort of judging you all as I'm putting them all together. Then we expanded. Samuel Roberts from Backpage Pod joined, and then I was worried that it was getting a little bit too male focused. So Phoebe Judge from Criminal joined us on the island. I started expanding out. Our latest resident is Louis Theroux, who is really hitting it off with Phoebe Judge. They're really getting on, and it has been honestly, because I think the fun in it comes in that you can add so much to each character, from personality traits to the way they walk, to sayings, to nicknames that they call each other, and all sorts. So like Samuel Roberts and Sam says dog at the end of all his sentences, and calls Sean, his nickname for Sean is Big Bell Energy. In fact, actually his nickname for Matt is Big Matt Energy as well. I think there's a running theme for Samuel Roberts on my island. Phoebe Judge just wants to talk about crime to everyone. I forgot this. Okay, I'll play it. So again, for those of you that don't know, it's all text to speech, right? So the stuff that you're putting into the game, it will generate the text to speech stuff. This is Samuel Roberts and Matt becoming friends. Here we go.
Good evening, Matt. Would you like to have a chat about jerking it?
Are you serious? My brain can't stop thinking about jerking it either. This can't be a coincidence.
I mean, it's a great thing to bond over. So Matt and Matt and Sam like each other because they both like jerking it. I think you and Matt talk about hot chicks all the time.
That makes sense.
James starts every sentence with "in the beginning." Every sentence with that. You know,
But
I think what happens is there's so much you can put into that that you then forget what you've done.
I was going to say that's the thing, isn't it?
Takes
Because
you
as
by
you're
surprise,
playing it, because initially, you start in these friendships, and then they'll be like, "Oh, what should I talk to them about?" And you type something in, but that is all feeding into a dictionary for your island and your characters. So as you say, sort of 5 hours down the line, there'll be two characters who then start talking about something you typed in ages ago and forgot about.
Yeah,
It's very funny when it happens.
well, that took me off guard when Samuel Roberts turned around to me and went, "I'm starting to feel a bit hungry, dog." And I was like, it just made me laugh like instantly. But what you were getting to is you can create food and you create the image for food.
Yep.
And I'm not very good at art. Like I can't.
Well, me neither. But what's cool is have you used the stamps?
So it gives you a stamp to start with, right? It tries to make you make a cake.
Yeah.
So no, I've not. Are there loads of those?
So basically, there's quite an extensive library of just basically little images you can use to just add to. So if you're making some food, it'll be like, here's some templates. There's one that's just like a bowl, one that's just an empty plate, one that's a drinks can. I did one where I just put a picture of a horse on it and called it horse fluids. That's going down really well on the island. And yeah, or you just like you do a bit of cake and just put a little lobster on top of it or whatever.
Well,
Stupid
or
shit like that.
if you can't draw a lobster, I look. Look, James Farley said to me, "I'm hungry. I want something," and that was the tutorial for. And I didn't really have any ideas, and I made something called cum cake, and I made him eat it. And now James' favourite food is cum cake. That's where we're getting to. Okay, that's the level of. I mean, I was fucking belly laughing as he gobbled it down, and it come up in his favourites. With with the cake with all the dripping and that, just fucking hell.
And you
I
get to like because when you and what's so funny is that like in terms of like the systems and stuff, it's like there's just enough. Like it's all bollocks really, but yeah, you make a new food item and then it's like right, what does it taste like? And you get to choose like sweet, salty. I assume you went salty. Yeah. Or, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
There's like loads of others, and it's like, oh, is
It's
it
a
hot? Is
salty,
it cold?
sweet treat.
Yeah, sweet treat. Like, you know, is it room temperature? What size is it, etc. Or is it a drink? You know. And you're sort of like, oh yeah, suddenly these decisions all feel important, even though I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it affects because people have like favorites, right? So I assume there's like a certain flavor profile that certain characters prefer or whatever.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's how it works.
But it doesn't really matter. And
No,
yeah, it's
no,
enough
no.
that you feel like, oh no, I'm really putting some detail into this. This is good.
Yeah, and if you get bored, you can pick them up and make them stand next to each other and start talking to each other.
Yeah, and just see what happens. There's loads of weird little like sight gags. Have you seen anyone messing with the lamppost?
No, I've not seen that.
I was just just scanning around the island, and like my character was just stood at a lamppost, and he was just like tapping it, and it was just turning on and off. And he's just going click, 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 just standing, and he's like smiling, just looking at this lamppost. You're just like,
I saw Matt watching some ants, and
Oh,
the
yeah,
ants took a ring across the screen. I was like, what was that about? It is just
well, because that's the other thing, isn't it? Because every object in the game is just like it's an image, it's a PNG, right? It's a flat 2D image. And initially, you're like, oh, that's a bit strange, but I guess it means they can add loads of stuff. But of course, again, similar to the language stuff, is it then starts folding in just stupid shit you've made. So by keeping it that, like, it's like, all right, that's why there's no 3D objects in this game, because it makes it really easy to add your own stupid stuff.
Yeah, I do wonder how long that stuff's going to last or become irritating.
Yeah.
I mean,
Scene
it hasn't
repeats
got-
already quite a bit. Like,
Oh, right, that
like
doesn't
dreams
help.
and
Yeah, no,
stuff
the bit that I saw recently was that you were completely frozen on the spot.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
Louis Theroux come out to help you, and all he did was
He's a good
say,
guy.
why don't you just try moving? And you went, oh, yeah, I didn't think of that. And then you started walking off again. And it made me laugh.
Yeah.
I think it's the right side of wackiness.
Yeah.
Like, I think the text-to-speech stuff really helps with that because it is so stupid.
Yeah, like it wouldn't be as funny if it was better, I think.
I have two major problems with this game.
Okay.
Two major problems. Firstly, it is a game that you want to do stuff with and go, look at this. Look at how stupid this whole thing is.
And
I want to show everyone that James Farley one of his favourite food is cum cake. But Nintendo have blocked off the sharing ability.
I wonder why.
Well, yeah, I guess.
No,
but at the same time,
no, I'm on the same page. It's
like,
I
what's the
get it,
point?
but also it seems futile because everyone's just filming bits on their phone anyway. Yeah, I get that Nintendo don't want their game associated with loads of horrific shit that inevitably.
Oh
people
God,
can
and
make.
you could be totally horrific with.
Oh
this,
yeah, like
really,
fully,
really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the worst things imaginable.
Yeah.
And like I get that, but also you've got to understand in Nintendo, no one thinks you developed this. Maybe they would though. I don't know.
I think people are quite thick when it comes to that stuff.
Well, I don't think it's people that worried about, right? It's probably the media.
Yeah.
But ultimately, if you really want to be horrible with this stuff, you fucking run your Switch through a capture card,
Yep.
and you're done. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
So, all you're doing is just blocking off the fact that I want to send my friends on WhatsApp a video of Louis Theroux kicking off with Matt Murray. Like it annoys me that I can't do any of that.
Yeah.
And as you say, you just constantly taking photos of your phone and all of that stuff. I wonder if you can get that stuff off of the SD card.
Yeah, probably, right? And then just put it on your computer.
I might have a look at that in a bit actually and see if that's possible. But again, it's if you can do that, you might as well just let me share it to my mobile device then, because
Yeah, it's
all
just
you're
such a
doing is just
notional, annoying barrier, isn't it? It doesn't actually
seriously.
presumably achieve much. But
real
Yeah.
pain in the arse.
and
But,
it's so strange because everything else about the design of the game is, even though, as I say, mechanically it's very light. And like everything else about the design of it is very considerate. Like you can edit everything. There's never, sometimes like when I was like first adding Mies to the island, I was like, oh shit, actually, I'm not quite happy with the way that looks or whatever, or I've, it's wanting me to type in like a topic of conversation and then realize I've phrased it in a way that doesn't work naturally in conversation or whatever. You can change everything that you've put in,
Oh, can you? I didn't know you could go back and do
or
that.
you can delete things that you've added. Like you have total control over it. There's no like, oh well, it's saved now, so that's it. It's like all editable, which I think is really
and
cool.
you could do things like where the text to speech stuff doesn't work. So
Yes.
I spelt dog DAWG, but when you press enter, it doesn't sound like it. I think it does actually just say DAWG, and I'm
Right.
like, no, that's not what I want. So you can then press a button and sound the word out.
Yeah, you can like
and-
type it phonetically and
so that sits behind it. You never actually see that, but that's how they pronounce the word. I think it's interesting. Sorry, there was the other criticism. Nintendo are terrible for this shit, where there's a lot of touchscreen stuff on this, and a lot of it is not touchscreen. And if you have to put into your game a symbol that goes, whoa, this bit isn't touchscreen, then you've got things wrong. You're doing something wrong. Like, typing anything is touchscreen. I think when you're creating the Miis, it's touchscreen, but then when you're actually controlling in the game, so if you're buying stuff in the shop or whatever, none of that is touchscreen. If you're doing the artwork, it's touchscreen. But like, do you know what I mean? It's not consistent at all, and it just makes you go, oh, "Fucking hell, this is a pain in the arse." Because some of the stuff, there's like mini games where you have to clear someone's mind, and naturally you go and tap the screen where the bits are,
you have to.
and it comes up with a symbol. No, not this bit. This isn't touchscreen. It's really, that bit's really frustrating, but that's just like pure Nintendo. Other than that, I think it's probably a £10 to £15 app rather than £40 video game. Do you know what I mean?
It's tough, isn't it? Because you sort of think, well, I'm writing all the things that are making me laugh.
Yeah.
But then also it's the way the
but they're
game
giving you
takes them and recycles them and folds them into new things. And so
apologies,
I
they're
don't know.
selling this for £50. It is not worth £50, is it?
Is it? I only paid like 38.
Yeah, I think I paid 40, but like it's not. I mean, how do you put value on it? I don't know what's coming in the future, but I do think that this is going to be a short-lived thing that I have a lot of fun with for about a week or two, but it's not something I'll be going back to. Although I do kind of like the idea of doing all this shit and in like 2 years' time going, oh yeah, that was weird, I'm going to put that on again, and it's still got all of that.
Yeah. Where was
shit
my
that
head
you've-
at in 2026?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh right, I was really into my podcasting, my British podcasting. Yeah. So I would say, I don't know if I'd recommend it to many people.
Really?
Yeah. If
I
you've
don't
got
think- I don't
kids, I
think-
would say definitely do it. I mean, Charlie's having a whale of a time with it.
That's
telling
the
me all
Isaac
these stories.
fucking loves it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I'm certainly not letting him play my profile in it.
No. Yeah. No, I've kept mine PG so far.
Have you?
But yeah.
How?
Inevitably, I'm going to run out of ideas and just be like, right, there's some poo on a plate. Actually, no, he'd love that. I don't want. That's a terrible example.
Sorry, that's not PG for you.
No,
That's I'm going to go really X-rated with this.
rated R. Yeah.
I'm going to draw flies and stink lines.
Let's
above
go.
it.
I've sent lines. Yeah, of course.
Tomodachi Life. That's out on your Switch consoles. So if you fancy that, John, what have you been playing?
Mate, I've been playing a lot. I've actually been playing a lot. I just put a few down on the list, but yeah, I've been fully back into gaming a lot this year. But the first one I'll talk about is Crimson Desert.
Oh yeah.
Was it you that played it, Sean? I remember.
Yeah,
on
like
the
I fully
previous episode.
accept. I've basically only played the intro. In fact, I'm not even sure I've finished the intro. There's
Right.
clearly something to it, but I'm not there yet. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, no, I get it. I've bounced off it after about, well, my Steam thing says 50 hours, but I left it on pause a lot. So I
Yeah.
reckon probably 40, which is a lot. Like, that's a lot of hours for a dad who's busy and stuff. And it's such a weird game. I mean, you've played the very beginning, and so you know, like, the narrative structure of this thing is just baffling, an absolute mess. Like, reconstructed from some sort of idea that truly makes absolutely no sense. I mean, the guy that you play as called Cliff dies at the beginning, gets slaughtered by a rival. He's basically like a mercenary that is in like a Scottish clan. And then they get killed by a rival Scottish clan, and he gets his throat slit and kicked off a cliff, ironically. And then he appears in like a weird sky place. It's like the sky place from the Sky Islands from Tears of the Kingdom for no reason. And then he has to go and solve these like quite convoluted and confusing puzzles in the sky. And then you can dive off that and back down to Earth. And then you just go and doing like menial tasks in a town like you would in any other RPG. And then you start finding your old clan mates. And they're like, Cliff, you're alive. And it's like, yeah, I'm alive. It doesn't mention all the sky shit once to his mates. Like, these are close people. They're building, they're starting to rebuild an entire civilization together because this is a big fucking game. And it's quite good. Like, it looks absolutely amazing. And what's interesting about it is it just brings in ideas and mechanics and concepts from basically every single game ever. And I was thinking earlier today, you know, like in modern reality TV, there'll be something that's like, okay, well, it's going to be, I think the one that Nat's watching at the moment is called Secret Millionaire or something like that. So it's like they've got the idea of traitors and then like the ceremony from Married at First Sight and then the fucking rose bit from The Bachelor. These reality shows just start like piecing bits
Secret
of
Millionaire's the one where they just put millionaires in like poor towns, wasn't it? Didn't they do that with Terry Tibbs?
Peter Serafinovich is the host of it. That's
Oh,
all.
wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
right,
on
okay.
Netflix. I'm not watching it, but it's just like on in the
On
in the
all the
background.
time.
Yeah. And this is like that. It's just taken every single idea that the developers or the people of other developers liked from other games and just crammed it, squished it all in this one thing. And to its credit, every single one that it rams in there is done pretty well. That's the surprising thing. You'd think it was an absolute mess, but once you get past the fact it makes absolutely no fucking sense narratively whatsoever, there's a lot to like about this game. There's a lot of combat. You're fighting huge seas of people at times, which is kind of reminiscent of Dynasty Warriors, but the combat's a bit more complex than those games. Like, it has a good parry. You can start to build combos, has all these powers, and you're adding it over time. You can jump off things and fly for some reason, but it's more like gliding, like Zelda, because they borrowed all of that stuff. I mean, I could just sit here and list things that they've taken things off. A lot of the time, it feels like The Witcher, where you're just playing like sort of intimately within these like relationships between these rival towns and villages in this utterly huge open world. And at other times, you're fighting some giant fucking electric boss, and nothing's ever explained. And I had to bounce off it in the end because, I mean, in 50 hours, I've opened a tiny amount of the map. And there's like memes in the Crimson Desert community, which is weird for a single player game that there's a community, talking about they've played 100 hours and they're still in Hernand, which is the first city in the game. And honestly, I'm saying this is like 40th of the map, I would say, this city. And you could easily do 100 hours in there. And I decided, this is good. I'm enjoying it, but I feel like I'm going to have to play this for another 200 hours to finish it. I don't know if I want to do that. So a lot of people are saying it's like a Skyrim or Tears of the King, Breath of the Wild, where you can just go and just find stuff, just explore the world, take a long walk. And I was like, I'm going to do that. I'm just going to go on a massive walk, see how long it takes me and see what's out there. And the more I walked, as amazing as the game looks, it was like, okay, here's another fort. It's mainly just forts with people in. And by all accounts, there's puzzles to find, secrets to find, weird bosses. There is stuff in there. But when you compare it to a Breath of the Wild or something like an Elden Ring, where around every single corner you're going to see the weirdest shit you've ever seen in your life. And obviously that is an extremely high standard. But if I'm going to put another 100+ hours into a game, I need a bit more than that. Some people
Right.
are absolutely loving it. I mean, truly loving it. They're one of the best games that they've played in years, some people. But I have noticed the people who seem to really love it also seem to be people who come from maybe they're like an MMO channel on YouTube previously, or they played like tons of Diablo, or even they've done like 2,000 hours of Destiny. They have a very high tolerance for really repetitive loops that are good. I have a lower tolerance for that, generally speaking. I'm surprised I put as much time into it as I did, especially as the first 10 hours are rough. And if it wasn't for the fact there's other interesting things coming out and I want to just play something else, and I just bought this and I was happy with it for, however many months, I'd probably still play it because it is like moment to moment very, very enjoyable. And the second you get bored with one thing, you can start moving off in different directions. But it also started to commit some real cardinal sins for me. Like the bosses that you fight are so much harder than the mission that they're attached to. And you can kind of cheese it because basically the health system is food and you can bring as much food as you want effectively into a battle. So the idea is you're fighting these guys who can 1, 2, or 3 shot you, but you're just constantly munching down steaks and fish the whole time. And it's like there's no animation for it. So you're just pressing right on the D-pad. So your health bar is going down and going back up, down and up and down and up. And I got to this boss where the whole mission before it was like kind of boring. This huge siege on this like other area, but it was okay. And then there was this boss in the church at the end, and he was a bit of a motherfucker. And it's like, when you fight somebody in a Souls game or something along that line, and it's really hard, but it's beautifully designed. You're like, okay, I can make a choice here. I can sit here and fight this thing for as long as it takes me and learn the patterns and all this sort of stuff. And it's incredibly satisfying when you win. This isn't that. It should be. They have attacks to learn and patterns and all these sorts of things, but it doesn't feel like it's had enough time and attention put into that specifically. So there's almost, eventually you're going to get hit and have loads of your life taken away and there's nothing you can do. So you can kind of cheese it by just bringing loads and loads of cakes into battle, not cum cakes, but just normal cakes. And just managing your health, and eventually you'll get spammed and be like, oh, okay, I guess I'm doing it again. And you can just retry straight from there. So it's not too painful, but I'm like, this isn't good, man. This is like objectively shit. And it's not the end of the world because there's so much in this game you can do and kind of avoid all of that shit for hours. And you could level yourself up and grind outside of it and come back and find it much easier. But again, as somebody with a lower tolerance for that sort of stuff, generally, I'm just like, I can't do another 100 hours of it. I just can't. I can't do another 150 hours of it. So I decided to step away. But I think if you have a high tolerance for that sort of stuff, and a lot of people do, and when I say high tolerance, I mean you're somebody who'd play an action RPG for 300 hours and do multiple seasons of it, which is plenty of people. And you also like the idea of an open world, beautiful open world game with really cool exploration, amazing views and stuff like that. I don't think you'd be disappointed at all. I do. I mean, I loosely recommend it. Shit, I played it for like 40 hours.
It's funny, isn't it? We kind of just think, oh, you have to finish it to be like, do you know what I mean? Oh, if you don't finish it, you don't like it. It's not always the case. I mean, I never got to the end of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And you know how much I loved that fucking game.
Yeah.
That is quite wild though, because you love the story in that as well, and you love the main
Yeah, I
character,
think
like,
I mean, I didn't want to rush through to the end. I think that's what got me the most. And when I got to Cuttenberg, I was like, I want to do everything in this world.
Yeah,
And there's still part of me that's going, you're going to go back to it at some point.
yeah.
But I didn't want to get to the point where I was just like, no, fuck this. Because part of what made that game so brilliant was, as John said, with this game, you can go and find other adventures. And that's what I loved. And the one time that I did load it up recently, I didn't do the next mission, I just went and walked about, and then found myself in this whole thing where I was, I think I was trying to bribe someone, but I needed to talk to someone, so I had to get dressed up appropriately, and I did this whole little side story with those, and there was some bandits that were living in tunnels underneath Cuttenberg and stuff, and I got wrapped up with those, and I was like, that's what I love this game for. Like, it's just full of these moments and these stories, and the idea of going back and rushing through it because I just want to tick that box that I completed it was a little bit. I'll be honest with you. I think the overarching story in that game was okay, but it wasn't the best thing about the narrative of that game. The best thing was walking into a bakery and talking to someone and getting involved in their lives, and suddenly you're in this whole different thing. It's funny that, but 40 hours of gameplay on a game like that is.
And I feel like if I'd done another 20, chances are it would just start to wear on me more and more, and then I'd end up like kind of resenting the game a little bit, and then my own time spent with it. But it felt like this is more like a sort of fist bump, nice to hang out, appreciate it, but I'm gonna move on. And in that case, I have to delete the game. It's like psychologically, otherwise it would just be there in the back of my mind. I have to just remove it. So. Unlikely that I go back to it realistically. If it was like you're 10 hours from the end, I would have definitely finished it.
Oh, of course.
200? Yeah. Oh, fuck me, man. Come on.
Yeah. What else have you been playing?
So after your chat last week about Pragmata, that really sold me, and that you'd already been talking to me about it, Dave, privately. And then, the chat was really good last week, and I was like, yeah. I mean, I'm a Capcom guy anyway. I played the demo after you said that you were enjoying the full game, and liked the demo, like the mechanics of it. I thought it was a really cool idea.
That helps, because I did wonder, like, this is a judgment or anything, but there are certain people that I think would look at that. Oh, I've got to hack into every fucking enemy in this game before I shoot them. I could just imagine the text message going, Dave, how can I make this stop there? But you played the demo, and I think if you're okay by the end of the demo, then I think you'll go on to really enjoy what it does.
What's interesting is I've not heard anybody. I'm the same as you. You'd think that there would be people who would not like that and who'd find it annoying. But I've not seen, read, or heard anybody who has complained about it. I've only ever seen positives about it, which is interesting, because I'm sure there are still people who would just rather play it more like a straight third-person shooter. I'm not one of them. I've played a billion third-person shooters in my life, especially when I was working on Xbox 360 magazines. So to play something that's actually based around a unique mechanic that is genuinely new, and it's executed so well, like, feels snappy every single time you do it. And I'm already at the point, I've only played about 2 hours, so I won't talk about it very much. But I'm already at the point where they're switching it up in terms of, I've just met those like big, weird, big head baby things that do, and then they have the mask on their face, and you have to deal with it. So there's all sorts of interesting little things going on there. But what surprised me was the relationship between the two characters already is really charming, and I didn't think I'd care or even pay much attention to that at all. And you guys kind of like sold me on that kind of thing throughout your chat. And straight away, there was something you mentioned last week about how it doesn't like hang about with them becoming quite close quite quickly. You could easily have done, like you said, like a 6 hours of him reluctantly becoming the dad figure over the course of the thing.
That would have sucked.
Yeah, it would have really sucked. And that he is in that state for all of 90 seconds, I think, at the beginning of that game. And then he's just like, well, you're awesome. You're a cute little kid, and you can do all this awesome stuff with hacking. Let's go. And then, they play her off as a cute little kid, and I think she's brilliantly cute and just fun to be around as a little kid, but also super useful. I mean, like I say, I'm early in the game. I'm sure the story goes places. I'm sure the gameplay goes places, but thoroughly enjoyed what I've played so far.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that the story goes places. Like, I think that is a weird thing that you have the setup and you have the ending, and I think that's really good. I think the stuff in the middle in terms of the story is a little bit sort of weak, or not so much weak. I think it's just put to the side for a bit, and there's a lot of you're doing the next thing, and then a lot of story happens at the end again.
Okay,
but I think it's worth sticking with, because that stuff at the end is pretty cool. Even if
I'm getting through it. No, there's no two ways about it.
Yeah. It's really good fun, and I went back to it as well, Sean.
Oh yeah.
Because I want to do a load of collectible stuff. I want to finish the hide and seek mini games. I want to do a lot more of the training missions, which are fantastic.
I need to go back as well. I do really want to finish it. It's just been a busy week.
There's a spawn point right next to that rooftop bit.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I really regret knocking the difficulty down. Really regret it.
Yeah,
I
I
did- I-
stayed on normal.
Well, it's not that it was hard. It was just
Yeah,
annoying that I had to keep
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
that
yeah.
fucking run back. Like, it
Yeah.
really pissed me off.
and it is poor that it doesn't let you knock the difficulty back up. Like, fine if it's okay, I won't get the trophies or whatever.
Yeah, I don't want the fucking
but let
trophies.
me- yeah.
Yeah, it's annoying. Oh well.
Also, if you put it down, you can't go back to normal.
Yeah, and it does
Okay,
warn
good
you
to
of
know.
that. Like, it says
Right,
that
right.
before you load the game up as well.
Yeah.
Like, but when you knock it down, it reminds you. But the fact is, I only knocked it down because I couldn't be fucking bothered to do the run again. And then when I'm like, oh, there's a much easier way to get here, I was like, fuck's sake. Oh, but whatever. I still enjoyed it. It doesn't really
Yeah.
matter at the end of the day, does it? I still really enjoyed that game. I'd love to talk to you about the ending when it's done.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, I'm not going to be on next week, but we can chat about it.
Yeah.
But I reckon I'll get through it this week, definitely.
Cool.
Sweet. I'll just quickly talk about this game. Have you heard of Dead as Disco?
No.
Okay, this game fucking rules. I saw, I don't even know what. I think it's either a clip on Twitter or a YouTuber is playing it, something along those lines. It is Hi-Fi Rush is combat to the rhythm, right? And it was
Yes.
cool, but I don't think it executed it that well.
Yeah.
This is that as well. It's seemingly there's just a demo out there at the moment. I think it's out in like 2 weeks on Steam. It's just Steam, unfortunately, because it definitely feels like it should be a console game. And it is combat to music, but it's executed so much better than it is in Hi-Fi Rush. And the combat itself is Arkham combat, pretty much exactly. So you're just countering all these enemies that are trying to hit you, and hitting like your extra. You're building up a little combo, then being able to sort of trade that in for a more powerful move as you do in Arkham, while going to the beats of these cool tunes that are in there. And then what did it switch to? There was a boss fight, and then it started playing, Maniac. Is it from Dirty Dancing? Is that there? She's a maniac, maniac. And that while you're having a fight, and these people are jumping in from the side, wicked. And then seemingly you can just put your own music in there as MP3s, and there's loads of videos
wow.
online. And I think you can customize your character because I didn't even investigate this part, but somebody's done like The Weeknd in his red, like iconic suit with the glasses,
cool.
doing blinding lights, and it's beat perfect to the thing. And I think that's in the demo, which is crazy. But yeah, this game is out for like knocking over my thing. Sorry, this game's out. I think it's like 20 odd quid or something, and it's out in a couple of weeks on just PC. But from what I played so far, like absolute fucking banger. Definitely,
Awesome.
but definitely go and check out the demo.
We'll do.
I reckon you'd like it, Sean. But like I say, PC only for now.
Shame.
But yeah, yes, but I can see it ending up on consoles. But without, you wouldn't be able to do the adding your own music thing, though. Obviously.
Yeah, that's like a major part of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not being able to do that would suck a little bit. But all right, we'll see if they manage to find some sort of way around that. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah, mate. I played fuckloads, but we'll talk about Marathon briefly because it's been badmouthed on this show a fair bit. And I just
When
want
you
to
say
stand up for a little
badmouthed,
bit.
I just didn't like it. It's okay, isn't it?
Well, I mean, what's the exact definition of badmouthing?
I mean, if we don't like it and we say we don't like it, I feel like that's technically bad mouthing.
That's kind of
No,
what I meant.
bad mouthing to me is like being
And you're wrong.
spiteful, and I just didn't like it.
Yeah.
Didn't like it.
Yeah,
Go on,
spiteful.
you like it, don't you?
Well, I think like I'm not alone here, but it is an absolutely magnificently designed shooter from people who are very, very, very good at making shooters. And while I'm not trying to convince anybody that played it for 3 or 4 matches, ran into a load of bombs, made loads of noise, and just fucked it off. While I'm not trying to convince anybody like that, whoever that might be, I think that if you're slightly bored of Arc Raiders, which is understandable, as magnificent as that game has been, and want something that's a bit more of a clean PvP style extraction shooter with best-in-class shooting mechanics, you can't go wrong with this game. Me and my brother played a fuckload of it, again, about 40 hours, which the fact I've played 2 games of that amount of time in the last month is insane. Yeah, mate, we just had the best moments in an online shooter Art Raiders aside, because there's amazing moments in that, but a lot of that is to do with the environment and the interaction with players. I'm talking more about pure PvP since PUBG. And playing this compared to PUBG, I mean, PUBG on console, which is what we played it on, borderline unplayable, yet we still got a lot out of it, especially when it first came out. This is like, feels like you're playing Destiny with PUBG's tension, you know. And the way that you came in and played it with us, Dave, at the beginning, I don't think you were mentally in that place. I'm giving you a bit of credit here. I think you were wanting something a bit faster, but when me and Ollie play, I mean, Ollie is my brother, right? He is the most patient gamer of all time. So when he was a kid, he used to play online Sniper Elite on the original Xbox. About 6 people in the whole world played that game, and he was the best of all of them. And he would play that game, would put a few people into a map, and there was no time limit, and it was a free-for-all 1 kill. I may be remembering that wrong, so if you get feedback about that and somebody's yelling it was like 20 years ago, and it wasn't even me playing it, give me a break. Anyway,
I'm looking forward to feedback.
this kid would find a spot. Now, he was a child at the time, or a teenager anyway. He would find a spot on the map, and he'd be happy to wait there 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 60 minutes. Did not give a shit.
Well,
So-
I saw that, right? I saw that when we were playing together. We would both die, and we would sit and watch him wait in a bush for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
for
he
everyone
can
to go
sense
and then-
when it's going fubo, as they would say in the military, in a gunfight, and then you'd be like, you see, we're both down, and then you'd see Ollie's screen, and he's gone. He's just fucking gone. He's disappeared, and he's hiding somewhere, and he'll hide there for 5 minutes. So he doesn't care. It's when considering most people who play games, especially when you watch people stream it, they're like sprinting constantly and jumping, and they can't stand still. He's the exact opposite. I am pretty patient, which is good. Like, we're obviously cut from the same cloth. I don't have his level of patience in the game, but I'm fine. So I let him take the lead.
I do
Well, you
have to
interrupted.
say
I'm halfway
you're,
through talking. I'm not even
you're
saying
not
that's
a
later.
patient. I can't let you get away with saying you're a patient man.
I'm not
I've seen
patient
you
with
try.
you. You're the most
I've
annoying
seen
person
you try
I've
and
ever met.
order pizza
Yes.
for our group of friends, and you nearly killed a person within 10 minutes. Like, let's
I think
not.
I think I'm well within my
try
rights to not
and-
be patient with that particular person.
Yes, I agree, but I think I'm also willing to be able to pull you up and say that you're not a very
I will
patient
use
man.
a different adjective. I
Okay,
am
cool.
quite good at waiting. I was here.
That's better. Yeah,
I was
yeah.
here
It's
12, 14 minutes before this thing even started. Before anybody, I was sitting in the thing on my own. It's fine. It's like I'm built
We
this
won't
way.
talk. We genuinely won't talk about the person that was that you lost your rag with.
No,
It was Chet.
it was Chet. It was Chet. But well, anyway, I was a full flow, classic
You weren't full
generational
flow.
podcast stuff, and then you just cut me off in my prime. Anyway,
You got to
if
roll
you play
with it,
the
mate.
fucking fuck off, you play it patiently and actually, what we'll do, we'll run into a map. We'll go into the map, listen for footsteps, hear them, listen for gunfire because the people have got overzealous and they're starting to fight the AI, and then you hunt, and then me and Ollie are hunters, a couple of hunters, and we go and we were taking people out. And let me tell you, I am not a high skill first person shooter player. Like, Dave can testify to this. No, gun v gun, not really. Maybe if I play a lot of one game, I start to get okay, and I'm putting the dad servers. But here, it's
That's
about
the sweet
intelligence
spot,
and
yeah.
positioning. It's like when we play Rush on FIFA. And we beat people who are way better at the controls at FIFA because we just play like a bunch of 40-year-olds who understand how football works.
Sure, I bet. But the tactic in playing Rush and being good at Rush is don't just all go up front. I think that's all we needed to
Yeah.
do in that.
But
It
loads
wasn't
of
a
people who
tactical
play this game are
masterclass.
just running around. And now
Yeah.
they're not because it's got sweatier and it's like the audience it's lost a lot of players, so everybody who plays it now is pretty much on the on the ball. But for a while there, when the player base was slightly bigger, a lot of people were just playing it a bit more like a COD or an Apex or something where they're sprinting around. You just take them out every single time, take all their shit, get out of there over and over and over again. Just the most brilliant moments constantly. Hilarious. But it's kind of dying as well. Also, the level design of the 3rd and 4th levels, which bring in like Destiny style raid mechanics, into an extraction shooter in the most ingenious way. To be fair, we've only played Cryo, which is the final one, once. It was super confusing, so I can't really talk about that. But Outpost is the one before that, where you have to like go around the map finding these different ways of getting into the pinwheel, which is the main central area that has the best loot. So the whole thing's this like battle between trying to deal with the other teams, trying to loot, trying to deal with the AI, but also find the stuff in order to get into the pinwheel to get the best loot. Worry about other people in the pinwheel, or do you go in, wait for other people to get in there and then take them out and take their stuff? It's like this meta thing going on with the thing. People who are into Marathon and the reviewers who actually understand the game, calling it one of the best first-person shooter maps in years, totally agree with them. So yeah, Marathon, fucking amazing game, criminally underrated. I understand why people got mad at it about the AI stuff and some of the other shit. I get it, but it got a bad rap unfairly, and now it's just starting to dwindle down in audience in a way that's really upsetting. But
Yeah,
a
I think,
magnificent game.
I do think there was definitely a pile-on when it came out. I just, for me, I just, everything, as you said, when you about how much you love hunting other players in that game, all that stuff is in Arc, and I feel that it's done way better in that. And I really,
I hear you. Listen, I love Ark, so I'm not even slating Ark. I think it's amazing. One of the best games in years, overall, any genre. But the actual gun-on-gun, first-person gunplay fighting in Marathon is on a completely different level to Ark for me, because you're talking like peak Bungie or some guys who, admittedly from Battlefield before, but made a cool third-person shooter. But the gun-on-gun PvP in Ark, yeah.
it's there. Yeah,
Marathon,
yeah,
mate,
no, I agree with
once
that.
you get into it, and I mean, I'll die on that hill.
But like, you know, like I am a massive Bungie fan. Like I've been a fan of Halo, like massively, and Destiny,
Yeah, all the main
hugely
ones.
into it. I did not feel the same impact from the gunplay in this than I did Destiny. Like the moment I picked up the pad and played Destiny, I was like, "Fucking hell, this feels like smooth. It feels great." You know, getting headshots in that game felt fucking brilliant. Even against the I'm not even talking about the PvP stuff. I fucking love the PvP side of Destiny as well. That all of that shit was great. And then I picked this up and it just felt slow and laboured, and I didn't get that feeling whenever we would come against another team and take them out. I didn't get that feeling that I was tactically pulling them apart.
Yeah.
It just felt like we came across some people, we shot each other, and one of us died, either them or us.
Like I say, you played between 1 and 4 games with us.
But that is
You were
not true,
fucking
though.
I was gonna say, but I
hammered
suppose-
drunk for one of the nights.
I suppose
So,
John's point is that
yeah.
had you been paying attention, you would not have entered that encounter with that other player in the same way, right?
Sure, but we played it for about 3 or 4 nights, right?
4 nights is crazy.
One of the nights we had 4 games, because for the first 3 games we spawned, walked a little bit, and got taken out by another team 3 times in a row. And you went, "Yeah, it's been like that recently." And I was like, "Okay, well now I've lost everything, so I've just got 3 roll up with." John, there is no way I've played 3 to 4 rounds of Marathon. That is.
The good thing is, there's another person that was in our team that can also corroborate my side of the story and disagrees with everything you say. I mean, I am related to him, but
yeah. And he is never going to be on this pod. I don't know, man. I just, it didn't click with me, and
that's fine. I will say, listen, whatever about all that stuff, like whatever. I mean, I could argue with you all day, but I would be surprised if for some miracle situation you did decide to get back into it. It's not going to happen, but if you did, if you still felt, I'd be surprised if you still felt the same way about the gunplay and how it feels with the headshots and all that sort of stuff. If you played it for like another 5-6 hours, because like that's the I couldn't disagree more. It feels right up there with Destiny. When you start understanding the attachments, you level up your character a little bit more, and they start to, you have more sprint speed, all of this sort of stuff. But I mean, you're not going to listen. Is what you're saying. You were like, "I'm not feeling it." We were saying on text, and I was like, "Dave, we know you're not into it. Don't worry about it. Like, you don't have to try and jump on for another night with us to play. I'll let you off the hook." Because I'm just that kind of guy.
I don't need you to let me off the hook, John. I'm quite happy to say I wasn't enjoying it, and the art style looked, mate. Don't get me started. Look, we're just not going to agree on it, and I'm more accepting of you enjoying it.
Listen, I'm going to be the
than you
bigger
are
man
of me
and let
not
you off the
enjoying
hook.
it. You cannot let me off the hook. I've got off the
Have.
hook myself.
Let you off. You're off.
No, I've
Have
got
my
off the
hook.
hook on my own. I don't need your help.
I'll be the bigger man here, Dave. It's fine.
I've already been the bigger man, actually. I've already done that. Is that what you've been
Marathon,
playing,
man,
John?
it's good. It's good, but they really need to figure out a way to get the player base up. I don't know how they're going to do it because if you
Yeah,
jump
what
in now,
what the fuck did they do from here?
It's
Well, they've
difficult
already
now.
started, haven't they? There's that
Yeah.
mid-season update with the new carry.
they've tried. I haven't
system,
jumped back
yeah.
on since the mid-season update. Ollie has. They've done some stuff to make it potentially friendlier.
Yeah.
I think honestly, I think that they were banking a lot on Peanut wanting to play it, and he's not
Yeah.
for various reasons, and that's been bad for them.
Yeah, and I think there is something to be said where the quality of the game is not why Peanut is not playing that. It is because it was financially fucking him
Yeah.
playing it. Like people were not watching his streams when he
Yeah,
was playing
if you halve your view count, plus you're getting relentless, ceaseless abuse in the chat, I mean, what are you supposed to do at that point?
Yeah, as I said, the pylon stuff I didn't really get.
People just wanted it to be the next Concord, and they got it into their heads, and then it's not been that, and they're just bored and on to the next thing. The people who just want to see games die because they get a kick out of it, and hey, I got a bit of a kick out of Concord dying and a little bit out of High Guard, so I'm not going to try and pretend that I'm some sort of morally superior person, but sometimes you just have to take a step back and go, this ain't that. Like, this doesn't... The stuff that those games died for is not in this game. It's different.
Do you think it can have a resurgence?
The thing is, I think it could maintain a player base that's going to be enough to make it a playable game for a decent amount of time. But what concerns me is, by all accounts, it was a $250 million budget, and it's just not a $250 million format for a game. Do you know what I mean? It's too niche, and it's too niche within a niche. And the Bungie name, like you said, doesn't carry it. We didn't say that, but you sort of alluded to it. It's not enough to carry this very specific type of game, which is similar to a much broader appeal game like Arc Raiders, which has all of this cultural cachet these days with what's happened with that game. It's just not enough. So if this game had cost, who knows what budgets and sales and everything leads up to, but if this game had been like a sort of $50-60 million budget game and turned out pretty similar to how it turned out, which is probably just a shorter dev cycle, and sold what it sold and had a bit more luck with the audience and didn't do the AI art thing, and maybe a couple of the streamers took it on and got more into it, so it had the huge clip cycle that Arc Raiders had, then I think they'd be fine. What worries me is I don't see a world where they can possibly make that money back or based on the player base already. And now if you jump in, even with these new things that they've added in, I wouldn't recommend anybody jumping in now unless they're prepared to have a terrible time for a while, because everybody on there is going to know those fucking maps inside out and upside down.
Yeah.
And they're going to know all the points to stand at and just take it. It's going to be rough. So
Well, that's the other thing that's really, really important with Arc, is that they fucking nailed that sort of aggression-based matchmaking.
yeah.
There was that other side of that game where the PvP was actually a big part of it, and that's not what they're going for with Marathon. But with Arc, they totally sorted out. Oh, these people just want to fight robots with other people and dance about an emote, and these people over here want to fuck over everyone they can. We need to separate these people for now. And there has been an argument as to whether that's made the game boring for people that just want to do PvP. I'd say probably not, but I've seen that argument being made, and that there should be some sort of crossover there. But I do think that is somewhat lacking. I think it's tough for a game like Marathon to come back at this point because there are active alternatives. And I also think, when was the last time you sat down and played Marathon?
6 days ago, so yeah,
Well, a
last
week or so ago.
Yeah, I played
And I
last
think
week, yeah.
a big part of that, and I don't know, I might be wrong, but only from my point of view, because we know how much I loved Helldivers. I didn't play anywhere near as much as Helldivers as I wanted to, because the rest of my group of friends weren't playing it. So it was harder to get a team of 3 people together, because we had one of our mates picked it up when it came out on Xbox, and the others were adamant that they were never going to buy that game. And as much as I love that game, I didn't play it anywhere near as much because I didn't have a whole crowd of my friends wanting to play it every night. Whereas with Arc Raiders, they are all playing that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, hugely. And this
so
has been a problem with no. I mean, they put duos playlists in as experiments in Marathon, but there's been
Right.
no permanent duos playlist since the beginning. There's solos and trios. So it's like we were just queuing in as 2 into 3-player lobbies. So that's all that kind
Already a
of constraint
massive
created is a massive disadvantage. But we had no choice but to play it very, very stealthily at that point because every
Right.
battle was going to be 2 on 3. They did eventually. They've done some stuff with duos, and when that came in, that's when we started to really enjoy it because we were absolutely running things for a while. But yeah, that's its own issue. And you know, as the player base dwindles, they're going to be more and more reluctant to do different playlists within there. And I also think that, I mean, Art Raiders numbers have gone down a lot as well. So
Yeah.
I do think maybe there's just like only a certain amount of long-term appeal for that style of game, generally speaking.
I think the problem with Arc Raiders is that people are getting a bit tired of the same maps, the same enemies, and the repetition, right?
They
I
are
could
adding stuff pretty consistently, though.
Yeah, but not
But-
the level of stuff they're adding is, you know, like the new
Okay, it's a
enemies
different
they
kind of
added
rolling ball. Oh, it's a different
Yes,
type
yeah,
of
yeah,
drone.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
a different...
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that is more to do with the fact that they didn't realize how much of a success it was, and this stuff takes time to develop, and so when the game first come out, and they had no idea how much they could put into developing this new stuff. I think you'd hope that in a year's time, if it still has a decent audience, the how regular the new content is and how significant it is will increase. Like we're getting a new map this month, I think, end of this month or start next month.
It is, yeah.
It'll be really interesting to see if that pulls people back to that game because I'll certainly boot it up again. I've not played it for a few weeks now, and I'll certainly boot it up again to go and check out a new map for sure.
It's funny as well, isn't it? Because you know, people say, "Oh, like why didn't Bungie just like let us have PvE servers, or you know, why didn't Art Raiders just have PvE?" It's like, well, because people would burn through all the content within 2 weeks,
Yeah,
and those player numbers would have gone down months ago.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's a necessary bit of friction, like it or not.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I'll never write off a game after what happened with No Man's Sky. Like that was the
Pokemon
way
in it
that
now.
game come back.
Rainbow Six
They've
as
got-
well, right? Massive
Rainbow
comeback for that, yeah.
Six. I don't know that hit. That was
Oh no,
still
it was fucked at first. Yeah,
it was
we liked
fucked
it,
for like the
but-
first few weeks, but it was still pretty popular when it released, like reviewed well and
that's
stuff.
it was absolutely dying, and then they
Was
managed
it?
to put it back. Yeah, it was
Okay.
difficult because we were playing it, so I don't think we were aware how.
Oh,
fucked
right,
it was
how-
at
Because there was a
first,
time,
but-
wasn't there, where
was it? Yeah.
Ubisoft were like, oh no, if Ubisoft put out a bad multiplayer game, they will fucking stick with it because they were doing that for quite a few of their games.
Well, it's not even necessarily bad ones, but unpopular ones like
Yeah.
For Honor.
Yeah,
They supported
no,
that for
perfect
fucking
example,
That's
ages.
yeah.
still kicking, man.
Still-
That's
they
yeah.
still do, yeah.
Yeah.
Mad, isn't it? Just
Just to clarify, before we have another Lego Mario Party situation on our hands, not literal Pokemon in No Man's Sky, but there's like a creature battling thing.
Right, okay, fine. I did wonder what was going on there. Cool. That's what we've been playing this week. Let's get to questions and then go to bed because I'm a very tired boy, Sean.
Yeah, we'll just do a couple of quick ones. If you want to send us a question, go to tcgs.co. Poo in a tin said, if you could be the best, most skilled person at any job for 1 week, which would it be? Footballer, chef, Fortnite esports person. After 1 week, you go back to normal.
Oh,
I mean, how do you? It's got to be something that realistically you can make the money at it in a week, and then
yeah, exactly.
Get out.
Football would be terrible. I'll tell you why. Because you do it for a week, and if you're lucky, I mean, there's no way you get anywhere in a week being the most skilled football player on earth. But say you did, and then you signed a huge contract for a massive club, and then
have to
you
carry on
played the
doing it.
week afterwards.
Yeah.
It'll be like fucking the most embarrassing
Yeah.
thing.
So what can you get into quickly and then get out of without any shame
Hedge
or
funds.
embarrassment.
Yeah, mate.
no,
That's the answer, though, isn't it? It's the
Stocks.
answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
The stock market, yeah.
Yeah, just being like Warren
Um,
Buffett for a week and then stacking up the bread and then just going back to normal.
'Cause even if you think like, oh well, I'd be a musician. You're like, yeah, but then again, after album number 1, assuming you could do it in a week, which would be tough. Everyone's like, right, when's the next one? And you're like, ah, fuck.
Oh,
I
for
don't know.
Yeah. The devastation of losing. If it was something skill based as well,
Mm.
I mean, it does say skill in the question. The devastation of losing that skill. Imagine being amazing at football
Yeah.
and then being terrible.
then-
Yeah,
at
like
then
having
trying
the
to back
enjoyment
out.
of being really good at
right
it,
now,
and then yeah.
It was like you had those moments. I don't know if you played in for a little league or anything, John,
Mm.
but you'd have 1 week where you'd always have 1 week in where you do something amazing and you think maybe that's it now, maybe I'm amazing, and then
Yeah.
you just don't. It's like darts. Like I love playing darts. I play darts all the time. I think every time I've hit a 180, my next score's been like 11. And you go, oh, for fuck's
Yeah.
sake. Do you know what I mean? It's like so frustrating. Yeah, it really is. It stocks. Can you? Is that?
It is, mate, though, isn't it? It's such
Sadly.
a shit answer, but
Yeah.
like,
It
it's the
really
only
is.
answer,
Shame.
yeah.
All right. But then,
Alan,
you know, I will say, if you were the most skilled footballer for a week, if that was enforced on me, I would set up a camera. I'd go and play loads of five-a-side football, right, and just have a week of like amazing, highlights. Look at what I did here. Look at what I did there. And then just say, "Oh, I've done my knee. I can't play anymore," isn't it? Charge it and just live off those highlights. Just watch me. That would be quite good. I mean,
Maybe
it'd be
a documentary
shit
about you later on.
financially, but yeah,
A bit of money.
and everyone would go, "Oh, just give him the money anyway."
Alan, aka Orchimedes, says, I've just got back from a lovely week at Butlins in Minehead. During one of the many times spent queuing for the water slides with my 6-year-old lad, I found myself behind a Scottish bloke of roughly my age, early 40s. He chatted to me briefly about the queuing etiquette and then turned back to his son. It was then that I noticed a curious logo tattooed on his back, seemingly hidden among some unfinished tribal designs.
I
Decades
really,
old-
really, really hope this is the TCGS logo. But go on.
Decades-old synapses fired up deep within my aging grey matter, and before I knew it, I was tapping him on the arm and saying, "Sorry, mate, I have to ask, is that the logo for the PlayStation 1 game Music you've got tattooed on your back?" He looked at me for a second too long, like he had absolutely no idea what I might be on about, but then he almost reluctantly admitted that yes, it was. Said he got it when he was 17, and then he said exactly what I wanted to hear. "You were the only person that has ever recognised that." I actually did a fist pump and said, yes! We chatted about the music creation software of the early console days before he slid off down the blue comet. My question, when has your deep video game knowledge ever given you a surprise interaction or just made you feel like the coolest nerd at Butlins? Lots of love from Alan, 42 and a quarter years old.
That's incredible, but to even recognise it, I wouldn't recognise
Oh,
that.
it's quite recognisable. That's why.
Yeah, no, but when you see it, you go, "Oh yeah."
You just looked it up. So I had this game.
you
Yeah,
go,
I
"Oh,
had it,
yeah,"
but I couldn't remember what it looked like.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I would. If you just saw that tattooed on your back without looking at
No,
it, you wouldn't
no
recognise it, would you?
chance. No chance.
You go, "Wow, that guy just likes DJs." I
yeah,
guess.
yeah, that's scratchy.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever found myself in a situation like that where my knowledge of video games has created some sort of connection in this way. Oh no,
I mean,
that's not
okay.
true. That is not true. I was at a first aid course. This was years ago. Years ago, I was at a first aid course, and there was. I mean, it's really funny as an architect going to a first aid course. You go there. I'm on my own. There's 20 to 30 people there learning first aid at St John's Ambulance thing. And the first thing they do is they come out. I've done this course about 5 or 6 times now, so I'm the guy that puts the hand up. I already know the answer to this. The guy come out and then write on the whiteboard. He go, right, we're going to think about injuries and accidents we have in the workplace. So can we go through? Well, I work on site, and bloke last week sawed his leg off. It's pretty, and everyone's like, "Oh, fucking hell!" Well, yeah, and then there's all these injuries coming up around of it, and it gets to me, and it's like, "So what do you do?" I'm an architect. There's a bit of sharp sarcasm around the office once in a while, isn't there, eh? So we've got to be careful with that. Paper cuts. Yeah, we'll write down. No, don't write down paper cuts. But there was this one person that was there that said, "Oh, I work for Ubisoft." I went, "Oh, what's that?" And I was like, "Video game company, right? We're talking at lunchtime. We are talking." I want to know all the inner workings.
I was in, it was like a IT. I can't remember exactly what it was. It was an IT training thing at work, and this was in the pre-AI days, if you remember those. And someone mentioned, "Oh yeah, Windows is like voice assistants called Cortana," and the guy was like, "Does anyone know why that is?" And I was like, "Yep, it's the character from Halo." And, no one thought that was cool. I've told.
Well, no, but this is it though, because this person from Ubisoft, they obviously have met people that play, and when they say, "Oh, I work for a video games company" or whatever, there must be that, okay, like this person plays games too, but what have we got here? Is it go, "Oh, do you make the Call of Duty?" or whatever? It wasn't that, like, we were talking about very niche video games and nerding out at lunchtime, so that helped. They realised, "Oh, you actually play it. You're one of the cool ones, right?" I was like, "Yes, I am one of the cool ones. Please let everyone know."
I've told this story several times to the point that it's getting weird now, I think, but met a guy at a wedding, turned out he was well into Dark Souls, and then he asked if I knew, if I'd heard of Prepare to Try, and I was like, "Yeah, I sort of know some of the guys on it," and he definitely thought I was lying. But we got on, so that was nice.
Yeah. John?
I'm like you. You meet somebody and you meet plenty of people who they say they're into games or whatever, and then you're like, "But are you though?"
Yeah.
But are you though? Because I don't want to.
Are you on the level?
Yeah, and I've.
But you've been on the other side of it, right? You must have told people at some, like, when you were editor of Games TM, you must have like been, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" Yeah, I write for, or I edit Games TM. Somebody, "Oh yeah, I like games. I play Angry Birds on the phone or whatever." Were you ever on that side of those conversations?
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying, isn't it? It's just always that. Yeah, I've never met apart from you and you guys. You know what I mean? We've met,
but we did meet at a video game expo, so we were pretty safe.
Yeah, we
I
did,
think.
and
Yeah,
connected over both our video games podcasts. But yeah, no, I don't think that's happened where I've found somebody and been like, when you're talking about that clip last week of Henry Cavill and talking about the Warhammer stuff, and I was amazed you didn't know that was Henry Cavill, by the way. I texted you about that privately.
I didn't know who Henry Cavill was. I'll be honest, I've never.
You will never
heard that
cease to
name.
blow my mind regularly, once or twice a month, with your lack of knowledge
Sean
about the
hasn't
world.
heard Step Into Christmas. Leave
I
me
have
alone.
now.
That's worse.
Right? That's the
Oh,
main
right, you
thing.
have now. Yeah, and I've heard of Henry Cavill now, so that's fine, isn't it?
But yeah, no, I've not met anybody that I don't think that is just as weird as us. Honestly.
I was at the cinema last week, and one of the ushers recognised I was wearing a Ultros t-shirt. I was like, none of my mates even like that game. Never mind strangers. So yeah.
Well, not music, but you saw a very similar situation yesterday, didn't you? That was great. I fucking loved that. So when we went to the Imposter Syndrome. We did Imposter Syndrome in Manchester last night, and we got there early to do the sound check, and Sean was filming it, so he was there, and we had this. I think his name was Greg, the sound guy. Yeah, really nice guy. He was helping us out, showing us how to use the mics, and we were positioning everything on stage and stuff. And then he just pointed to me. I had a Get Down Services t-shirt, and he went, "Fucking love Get Down Services," and that was it, wasn't it? Yeah, I mean, you saw. Maybe I came on a little bit too strong. I was like, "Yeah, I fucking love them too, mate. Can we talk about everything, please?" But on the level as well, because I was like, their new song. I've seen a clip of it live. It looks incredible live. He went, "Radiator, yeah, it's fucking banging." I was like, "Right, we are." And even after the show, we were sitting in the theatre afterwards, after everyone had left, and I went, "Oh man," I was looking at Instagram. I went, "Dead Letter, there's another band. They've been broken into." He went, "You talk about Dead Letter?" "Yeah, I've just seen that as well." I was like, I want to know you, but also I don't want to come on too strong. I don't want to instantly follow you on Instagram. Let's wait and see how that goes. But very similar situation. Couple of nerds meeting is the fucking greatest thing, isn't it?
Dave, I've got a question though, quickly. Did you think
Yeah.
Sean was talking about music when he said about his Ultros t-shirt?
No, that's why I said not gaming, but music related. You saw something
My
similar
bad.
last night.
My bad.
I
I've been
did
holding on.
qualify that before
I've
switching.
been holding on to a bullet for a couple of minutes there, but it was incorrect. So I will take that out.
Yeah, Ultros, brilliant band.
That was from when I was doing Midnight Resistance, though. You wear the T-shirts and people are like, oh, yeah, I love that band.
Well, yeah.
No, we nicked it from a game. But yeah, whatever. Right, final question comes from Evil Mammal. Says, hey up, lads. With the recent comments on the price of Game Pass from Xbox's new CEO, what changes would you guys make to the service to make it more enticing? Cheers.
Put GTA on there.
Yeah, that's a start, isn't it?
Lower the price and put GTA on there and include a console to play it on. I
don't
mean,
know, 'cause I think for me, because I'm getting, it's definitely like an old man thing, but I'm getting weird about ownership these days, and I'm sort of sick of subscribing to things and things disappearing, and I just
it's
want to
not
own
the
stuff
ownership
and know
thing
it's
that
always
I'm worried
there, yeah.
about. I don't have to own it, but I just don't want 400 fucking direct debits coming out of my account
There is
every
that.
month. It is mad. Like we now pay for Spotify for the whole family, and that's enough. And then when you Disney Plus that we've got, and Netflix and Game Pass and PS, it's just ridiculous, really.
But I think like increasingly we're hearing from devs, and it's going like the same way as music is the amount of devs that are like, if you want to support us, fucking buy the games. Like yes, we're up. We might be on subscription services or whatever, but like
I got to say though,
buying the
Sean,
stuff
when
is
I
still-
said PS Pro, I wasn't talking about music, right?
yeah, oh wait, okay.
Just had to qualify that. What the problem I have with this question is that it's really easy to make Game Pass enticing, but it's finding the balance and what's realistic with it. And I think what we were talking about last week, if it was £5 to £6 and you just got indie games, for example, with the occasional game that had come out 3 or 4 years ago, which was pretty much how that service started, right? Then I would like to go back to that. But the state it's in now and how much you're paying, you are thinking, is it worth it? And what games am I playing on that thing now that, my mentality with Game Pass at the moment is, I need it to play online, and I might as well pay for the more expensive version and try and get games out of it.
Yeah.
Whereas really, I haven't played a Game Pass game and enjoyed it for fucking ages. That's mad, isn't it?
Been a while.
Although you're playing one next month.
What's out next month?
Fucking Forza,
Forza.
baby.
Yeah, but then even part of me is going, maybe I just buy that.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
It feels. I'm a bit sick of Game Pass. I'm a bit sick of not owning the games. Not so much because I feel they might be taken away from me and that sort of stuff. Although there is a bit of that, but it's more just like it feels so disposable,
Yeah,
And
sure.
it is still a decent deal. Like if you play a lot, that Vampire Survivors card thing's coming out tomorrow, and I was like, oh, that's on Game Pass, and I thought Mouse PI was on Game Pass, but that replaced. I forgot to talk about that. I played some of that as well. That was on Game. There's I do try a lot of stuff on there, but there's part of me that wish that I just put down the however many, £15 or something for replaced, because I didn't really like it, but it's like I'll fucking stick with it if I paid £15 and actually give it some time. And I think that's just how I'm feeling generally about how disposable everything is at the moment. Why bother? It's just fucking why bother? So
Yeah.
I mean, I will play Forza on Game Pass as opposed to buying it because it's right there, and I would have paid for the subscription. But there is a part of me that would just rather own the fucking thing and yeet Game Pass in the bin. But yeah, like you say, how do you make it more enticing? Make it free and have every game ever on it. Bit of a faulty question, mate. Evil mammal, sort it out.
All right. Is that it for questions?
That is it for questions.
Then we'll do socials. John, do you want to do socials?
Yeah, no, I was going to say, can I do it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Okay.
Although hang on,
Thursdays-
there's false info on the doc though,
Oh,
because I don't think we're doing any streams this week. because
Okay.
we need to sort our Patreon.
So there's
stuff,
no
Sonny.
socials then.
No. Well, there's still the Prime Gaming stuff and the
Okay.
merch.
Do the Prime Gaming stuff.
Well,
Tickets
there's
for
nothing
the-
else written on
tickets for
here,
the
which is,
gig,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't mind doing the socials, but I can't freestyle it. I mean, there's not even any information on the
Oh,
doc.
please freestyle it.
All right.
Go
Well,
ready.
What does Matt say about? I'm not rap freestyle.
Oh, sorry. I thought that's
just
what
don't
we were
make
doing.
it up.
Right. Okay. Sorry.
Okay. What does he say about if you have Amazon Prime, you've got Twitch Prime. So we'd really like your Twitch Prime sub. So come to our Twitch channel at TCGS Co and give us that. Sometimes there's streams at Friday at 9, but apparently not this week. James and Matt are still playing Reanimal somehow. I feel like they've been playing that for 6 months. Sean isn't doing a stream, but sometimes he does on Thursdays at 9. You can leave feedback. No, that was earlier. You can find us. Come and buy a ticket to. There's not many left, but come buy a ticket to their live show. Go and do that. I don't know how to do that because they've not written anything down. They're also on a bunch of social platforms, but again, there's no information, so just figure it out.
TCGS.co if you'd like to come to our live show. Tickets are right at the top of that page. Are you coming to that, John?
You haven't invited me, mate.
Shouldn't have to. Thanks for living it, everyone. We will catch you next week. And thanks, John, for joining us. It's been great having you back
Yeah,
as
100%,
part of the. I mean, I've got a feeling that you're going to leave it another 3 years before you say yes again, and I fully understand.
To
I
be
mean,
fair,
and
to be
moreover,
fair.
we'd have been fucked if you weren't on because it would have just been me and Dave.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
last time it was just me and you. We spent half an hour asking whether Pikachus get fed to Pikachus to level them
That
up.
was a good show. I don't know what you're
Yeah,
talking
it
about.
was a good show.
That
It was a good show. But thanks, John. Is there anywhere you want to send anyone?
Yeah, to be honest,
anything you want to plug?
definitely. I'm fully locked back in for the first time in a long time doing gaming content again. So I've been doing the music stuff on YouTube for a while. You can find that if you want. But if you go Denton Live on YouTube, you'll find already a bunch of like gaming soundtrack reactions. Some streams I'm playing through Expedition 33 at the moment on stream. The VODs are up there. So yeah, I've just missed it, man. It's been so fun to do this today, and I just missed like this 20-year career that I've had, and I haven't really been doing for the last couple of years. So I know a lot of you guys have already refound it. The the names that I remember from the TCGS audience. I appreciate you already. But anyone else wants to hang out, just Denton Live, you'll find me.
And we will catch you next week with a full crew. Hopefully, Matt's internet's back and James shows up. Take care, everyone. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye.